Yo, 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 yo. What is good, everyone? I am happy to be back. I got my schedule in order. I'm feeling just good enough to give a few hours of Q&A and celebrate with y'all. We're going to have a great show today. It's going to be extra super great. There's literally nothing that's going to bring this show down. And I'll rock out as long as we want. Obviously, we sent the invites out to Wall Street Trapper, Anton, Daniel's Big Anton. I got to catch his show late today. I normally get to listen to it live when I'm at work. Unfortunately, your boy has lost so many sets of headphones at work. And obviously, me not being rich like everybody else, I don't just get to sit around all day. I actually go. I got to drive the team. I'm a big lead from the front person, so I don't get to work remote. I don't get to sit in an office every day. I don't get to sit in an office mostly, hardly any days, actually. Very active job, very active deal. And we've been wiring houses. And if y'all didn't know, around the KC area, it's cold as hell, getting colder. And, we were out in the thick of it today. I had one of the guys doing some centralized lighting at a house. So I went over to go help him for the last part of my day after I ran fire drills, some of which were completely nonsensical. But, sometimes when the calls come from on high, you got to go look at stuff and just shake your head and wonder why people are peopling. And people were peopling today. So I spent the last part of my day outside freezing to death, got a nice warm shower when I got home. But yeah, so we gotta tap in. We got some stuff. What's going on? First and foremost, let's talk about my peoples that's in the chat, bro. We got Cody as King swung through. Razik in the building. House TV also in the building. What's going on? What is going on? We having a celebratory day on the show today. Shout out to the sponsors of the show. We've only got one. It's Delta, the Delta investment tracker. Super dope application, super useful. I did a breakdown on it over on it's in the cryptocurrency playlist. If you look at the 2024 stuff, super useful app. Really good for tracking your crypto portfolio. Really good for tracking your traditional financial investment portfolio. Been having a good old time with that application. They've been kind enough to bless me with Pro for a little while here to test it out and play with it, kick the tires, see what I think. And I think it's great. So shout outs to the Delta Investment Tracker app. We're definitely going to get some links to that on the show. Hey, bro, Roz, if you want to come up, like I said, it's an open panel. It's already out there. I don't know why it won't let me link my own comment to the thing, though, on my channel. That's weird. Hold on. Yeah, it won't let me link me. Is that pinned already? I don't know. Hold on. Let me pop out the chat real quick because I got the first comment in the chat is mine, and it is for the oh, there it is. Okay, I can pin it now. Boom, pin to the top of the chat. It's got all the information in there and the link to come up if you want to tap in, and do all those things. Boom. There it is. All right. So, but yeah, no, we're having a good old time. Honestly, absolutely, Razik. We can break down. Yeah, it is pinned. It is pinned. I just pinned it though. It wasn't pinned before. It is pinned now, Razik. I'm sorry. Technical difficulties, man. My schedule's been messed up, and we've had a lot of work. So Ray's been working a lot. But we're back. We're here now. I'm pulling up some celebratory stuff because we're gonna be celebrating all evening. It's all about this, and I was gonna hit this for I was gonna have this downloaded and play it for the video, but we just gonna pull it. We gonna pull it off live. We gonna do what we gonna do. And you know, it's one of the things we've been hoping for a long time. And you know, hold on. All right, geez, I'm having so many technical difficulties right now. I haven't been on live in a minute. Boom. Hold on. Let's see. Bam. There we go. All right, we gonna let this rock out. We got to do our celebratory video. We got to bring it back, baby.
Bitcoin, please go to moon. Stop going sideways now. Don't ever say we going down to 1K, but Mr. Novogratz say we have bottomed out. Bottomed out, Novogratz is bullish. Bottomed out, don't ever rise is bearish.
Target of 1,300.
Novogratz is bullish.
Bitcoin could be at 40,000.
Let us go to moon. Bitcoin, please go.
All right. So we had to have our celebratory video. Razik's in the building. Hold up a second. I believe.
If you want to learn how to make money in the market, this is the guy you need to speak with. Circa 1984. Say hello to our favorite trucker, Razik.
Shout outs to Razik.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Oh man, just enjoying these roads, driving. You're ready to come up on my fuel stop in about 25 minutes.
Man, I tell you what, you for real wanting to go through these ETFs for free publicly right now?
Well, I tell you what,
because look, I've been on people's necks all morning. I've been on people's necks all morning, and I've given no gems outside of our conversation in circa 1984, specifically because that information was in that back channel, and I respect my back channels. That was our conversation.
Hold on.
For
First
those
of all,
people,
it's not 1984, just circa 84.
It's circa 84. Right. But I'm just saying, I just want to make sure, because I'm down to talk about whatever, because I'm excited. I'm feeling good right now. But
I can see
that is paywall worthy alpha. And the only reason I haven't said anything specific, I've told people straight up, I told them, you need to go research the Bitcoin ETF, because there was a bunch of people who've been in this space as long as I have that were talking about it, and the angle that we have specifically because of the circa 84 network that we have and the different traders that we have back there that are doing things at high levels, like me and you, the conversations are a little bit different. And the conversation that we had, the crypto guys didn't see it. The crypto guys, the crypto bros don't know what's going on yet. They don't know why we're just pumping.
I seen it.
Yeah.
But if you notice, that's also why I didn't chime in, because I was like, well, whatever they're going to say, I was like, I already know you're going to, take care of everything. It ain't no need for me to add my little.
Well, I was like, they didn't
2 cents.
Well, it's because nobody looked. I was like, you looked specifically. You looked. Nobody else has looked yet. It's not even in the crypto news cycle.
Really?
Which is really hard for me to not say shit, but I'm like, bro, it's
look, I'm gonna throw something out there, and if you're down, I'm gonna let you roll with it. But
no, I'm down. I'm down. I just like I said, it's just about respecting the platform, because if somebody gives you a piece of alpha in one of my back channels and it's a conversation we specifically have in there and people are paying to be in there, I'm not repeating that conversation outside of like,
No,
hey, you
agreed.
might want to go do some research, but like
No,
people
agreed.
came to see us have that conversation. So
Well, look. Let me just say this. All right. So I'm not going
right,
to say, all right. So I am gonna be careful. Okay. But I
right,
will
right.
say
Dance
this.
around it. Dance
Right,
around
right,
it.
right. Of course. Because honestly, like, and you and I both know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, people are just going to have to pay for the info. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But
Right.
um, just to kind of play, if you will, um, uh, maybe because all right. So let me start off like this. So we already know that there are 11 ETFs. Okay,
Right.
according to the news. I mean, it's already been out there, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
but most people don't know who is behind these ETFs.
Mm,
Okay, so
right.
I am going to stop there. But if you want, out of those 11, we can randomly pick just one and review that if you want. Up
Let's
to
do
you.
that. That'll be fun. That'll be fun.
Okay, cool.
So you call it. Let's go through it. I'm gonna go blind because, like I said, like this is more your side of the fence than mine. So you're actually gonna have a more information than me on this outside of like maybe some of the details therein with the holdings.
All right. Well, look. Let's have a little bit of fun in doing this. All right. So
All right.
let's pick. All right. So how about I pick a letter of the alphabet, and then you're going to choose one, and then I'm gonna pick one, and then we're gonna go through. Let's go through seven letters. Okay. So me
Okay.
and you are going to alternate and picking seven letters,
Okay.
and then yeah, and then we'll. Matter of fact, yeah. We'll just do it like that. We'll just do it like that.
Who's going first?
So you are. This is your show.
Okay, bet. I want to pick. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry, everybody over at Twitter, but I gotta fire all my Twitter people because I don't want to be over there no more. I want to throw this up on Twitch because they hate me over there.
Okay.
I'm
Oh
trying to
shit.
add some value.
Look, yo, you need to be on Rumble.
I am on Rumble. I'm on Rumble right now.
Oh, you are?
We're actually, you know what?
Okay.
I'm gonna leave Twitter going, but yeah, no, we're over on Rumble as well. Actually, we got one person watching over on X, so never mind. I'm gonna leave it running. I'll leave it running for that one person. But I'm over on Rumble too. I actually need to pull that channel up real quick. Hold up a second. Let me pull my
Hey, look.
Rumble up.
While you're doing that,
Oh yeah,
doing that, I will say, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Oh, my fault.
Oh no, I was gonna say I was like we've got a few people watching over on Rumble, so it's good that I pulled the stream up. So now, if you guys over on Rumble want to ask questions, I will be able to see them as well. So we got a little something going over here. Okay, cool. Now we're good. So I'm picking letter first.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna pick B for Bitcoin.
All right. I'm gonna pick C. C.
Okay, so you picked B. I picked B. You picked C. I'm gonna pick D. No specific reason.
You said T?
D as in dog.
Okay. D as in dog. I got you.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna pick W.
Ooh, W. Okay. I'm gonna pick X because X gonna give it to you.
So what are the your letters? How many we have?
B. We've got B as in boy, C as in cat, D as in dog, W as in whale, X as in X gonna give it to you. So we're at 5 letters.
So we need 2 more.
Shout out to OX Hermes in the building. What's going on, brother man?
I'm going to pick L.
Ooh, L. Do I have another pick or are we done?
Yeah, that's at 6 on your letters, right?
And it's supposed to be 7, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to pick T.
Okay. All right. So, let's see here. How we going to do this? I will say this. Out of those letters so far, I think we got about maybe 5 tickers that we can pick from.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I didn't do all the research. I just researched the one that I bought. I was like, it was 1 and 2, and that was the first one I pulled up this morning. I was like, cool, I'm just gonna buy all that one. We're good.
Right.
Okay, so hold on. Jiminy Christmas. See, now I'm pulling the chat up. I'm just gonna go look at the and see if I can make something out of the ones that we got. Okay.
You might have to go. You might have to go back in the Discord.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Hold up. So we don't have an I.
If it's not 5, I think it's at least 3. I believe.
Okay, let's do the Wisdom Tree Bitcoin Fund. The BTCW.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Boom. There we go. I did the quick maths. I did the quick research. I found one.
All right. BTCW.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm on my phone, so I don't know if I can.
Where are you going?
Where am I going?
Well, yeah.
I think I need to link up with or join the chat on my laptop so I can have my phone free. Because I don't think you can be on StreamYard while doing a random search on your phone.
Oh, what were you gonna search? Because I have it pulled up, the BTCW, right? And what were we? All
right. So before you do that, what is the website are you on specifically?
I just Googled it.
Okay. So what? Now, do you see?
Oh, here we go. I found the Wisdom Tree, the Wisdom Tree Fund page.
Okay.
That has the BTCW prospectus link on it. It has the case for the Wisdom Tree.
Do you see anywhere where it's got the what we are about or like about us?
Total returns, after tax returns, and the quarter. This is just hold up. No, that's the performance stuff. Hold on. I think that's going to be in the prospectus, right? I'm going to pull it up. I'm pulling up the prospectus real quick.
I know when I was looking at it, because I was looking at it so much, but I know some of them have like an about us, and then they have the prospectus, and then they'll have the summary. You know what I'm saying? Then you'll be able to look up like holdings. I think there's like about 3 or 4.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Have a dividend as well. I bet you don't even know that, right?
What?
Did you? That there's about 3 of them that offer a dividend.
Is one of the ones that I picked one of them?
That's a conversation we're gonna have to save for the Discord.
So I might have to switch. I want my check, bro.
Yeah, we ain't gonna be able to give out all the sauce. Yeah, I damn sure.
Okay. This one's gonna be easy. Yes, they do have the holdings, but this one's gonna be this is gonna be a standard one. We'll put it that way.
Okay. All right.
So we ain't gonna be giving nothing away on this one, because like they do, like if you scroll down far enough, it has the holdings, lets you know exactly what the holding is.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm gonna say this. If you notice, if you remember that screenshot I had put in the Discord that had the initial 5 up
Yeah.
there, you notice that I deliberately stayed away from those other letters.
We ain't right,
I know
bro.
I'm an asshole, bro. I know
Hey,
I'm
bro,
an
you gotta
asshole,
join
bro.
Circa 84 if you want the juice, bro.
Hey, 100%.
Yeah. Yes, Hermes. We are looking at the ETF tickers. We're actually gonna break one down. This one's gonna be easy though. So we got the backroom game over on Circa 84 because we already had this conversation. I was like, how much of this do you want to give away? So
Yeah,
I'm pulling
very
this up
very
on.
little,
Can
very
you
very little.
see? Can you see it on your screen?
Yeah. I
Okay.
can. Mhm.
So we're talking about the Wisdom Tree Bitcoin ETF. This is going to be one of the. Actually, this is a solid one if you're just trying to get involved in Bitcoin. They have an expense ratio of 0.3%. Not bad. I mean, they're charging you something. Middleman's got to get his cut.
As always.
Asset value as of 111. Oh, this one's a little bit less expensive than the one I bought.
What's the price?
Huh? It's 48 today. As of today, it closed at 48.70.
Is it up or down? What's the per cent on the
Oh,
move?
0. Actually, this wasn't one of the release ones, or was it?
Oh.
I don't
Hey,
know.
look, so and that's interesting you say that because I had this conversation with maybe about 2 or 3 different folks,
Yeah.
and without giving out too much, but I will say this. So there's only a certain few that actually were listed for actual trading today.
Right.
Now, not all of them are active, and I have yet to find out the specific date for the other ones that are not. But my speculation is going to be that at least within the next 2 weeks, where all of them will be active. I'm assuming.
Right. So there's going to be money flowing in for the rest of these. But this is what I was getting at. The holding on this is just 100% Bitcoin. This is just a straight Bitcoin ETF. It's a spot Bitcoin ETF. Through and through. It's a pure spot Bitcoin ETF.
Okay. Hey, look, now while we're looking this up,
yep.
Now we're looking this up. Do you want to go over what spot means? Like, why is it called the spot ETF?
Spot Bitcoin ETF means that they actually they're supposed to physically hold the asset that they're selling the paper derivative of.
Correct. Now, the key caveat to that is this, and this is what a lot of people fail to read, quote unquote, the fine print. Okay, is that not every fund, depending upon whatever fund you want to put your money behind, up to you. Do your own research. That is solely your responsibility. Your choice. However, I will say, upon doing research, not every fund is created equally. Okay.
Oh,
so
exactly. That's what I was going to say. Oh,
no, you good? No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, Omac,
No,
Omac. Hey, Omac, come up and rap with us, brother. So Omac, I actually did a show with him over on Hink in the Basement's channel. This man knows his stuff. He can definitely hang. Like, it was a really good conversation. So Omac, pinned to the top of the chat. If you want to tap in, brother, you are more than welcome to come hang out because we celebrate.
Yeah, it would.
The question was, which one will
nice.
pay out behind crypto versus dollar? None of them. They ain't giving you that kind of
yeah, access. Yeah, they are definitely not.
Yeah, no, you're gonna
definitely not.
And the ones that do have a dividend, you're gonna be getting dollar. You'll be getting a dollar amount. Oh, snap. Tez Defy in the building. What's up, Tez? But yeah, no, none of them are going to pay out in crypto. Like this is not, we're not there yet. But as we move more digital, like once they digitize everything, because there's already platforms where you can trade stock derivatives 24 hours a day. Like you can buy and they keep price pegged with the actual stock value. It's just a digital token. Once we get to that, we could be in a space to where you could have an ETF that actually word OMAC, I got you, bro. We gonna save you a seat. OMAC, you always got a seat at the table, brother. Anytime you want to tap in. But we could see in the future, once everything's digital and everything's on the blockchain, you could see a time where there could be an ETF where you could get paid out in kind at some point. Obviously, it won't be in Bitcoin because there's only so many of it and only so many Bitcoin. But you could see other ETFs that are built in a fashion to where it's on the blockchain. So it's kind of like what I do with liquidity providing now. It would be something similar to that because like I technically get a dividend whenever I choose to cash it out every day, and it's constantly ticking up, and like you can see it build, and after it gets to a certain amount, I pull it. So I could definitely see that in the future. Go ahead, Roz. I'm sorry for interrupting you, brother.
I'm not. No, you are. I just wanted to say, now I'm sorry, y'all gotta excuse me. But here goes an interesting conversation breaker. Now, what's your thoughts on crypto and USD being able to coexist?
I mean,
that's been. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So my thoughts on that are. Now you already know, me, bro. I'm a financial anarchist. I want the USD to burn. Like I don't like the traditional financial system at all. The reality of it, though, is this gives the people who are in the space that I am the control that we want, and we get to look. So it's funny because some of the cats that I have over here from New Frontier every once in a while, the young guys that are all hot-headed young guys that are going to change the world, I love them. Shout outs to New Frontier. But it's literally crypto gives us the ability to do exactly what they're trying to establish, which is run a parallel system. So I've got full control of my wealth since most of it's in the crypto space. There's nothing that the government can do to come mess up what I've got. And if I choose to leave, I can take all my wealth with me. At that same time, when I interact in the physical realm, the non-digital realm, I would prefer to use dollars because it's easy. People understand it. You can make your transactions. I can delve into that world in that world, but I build my wealth over here in this world, and it runs parallel. So now I'm not beholden to the dollar consistently inflating my buying power to oblivion. So when the economy's bad and everybody's talking about everything's more expensive, Bitcoin is worth more. My crypto is generally worth more. So I can still buy more stuff. So like my buying power doesn't change as much as the average person because I'm in this system that they don't control.
Right.
The one that they do is the one that causes problems. And it's not necessarily it is the inflation, but the insidious part of it is it's the way that the system works. They tell you what you can do with your money. And the only stuff that you're allowed carte blanche to do without any oversight, without anyone getting in your business, without anyone saying that, hey, we need to protect you from this, is lose money. When it comes to losing money, there's no SEC oversight over school loans for dumb degrees. There's no SEC oversight over gambling addiction. But they'll tell you when it comes to investing money that they're here to protect you from losing money, except for everything that you just trick money off losing money to. Indefinitely. Like more people go broke because they got stupid school loans, and then further on down the road, Now they're stuck with hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, $80,000 in debt. Most of y'all done paid for a house by the time you graduate.
Mm-hmm.
And that
look,
will financially cripple you forever. But they'll tell you this investment's risky. You're getting ripped off. And I'm like, you let them go to school.
well, but look though. So to add on to what you're saying, everything you're saying is on point, like right. But I will say this, to add on is that I think and me and you then had this convo, but
yep.
The and I don't even know if I should actually say this, but I will phrase it as a question, right?
Go ahead.
What are three things that move the market every day? And I think you already know the answer.
I'm the news.
Nope. It isn't that. I'm gonna tell you this. One starts with the letter F, another one starts with the letter G, and another one starts with the letter U.
The Fed?
Nope.
F, G, and U.
Yep. Those are the three. If you can figure out, and don't get me wrong, like I'm going to tell you behind closed doors, but this is.
I'm writing that one down.
I'm writing that one
down. What moves the market? I'm writing these letters down, bro.
This right here is Discord games, so you have to pay. You know what I'm saying for this. But those are those. If you can figure out what those words are, those are the three things that move the market every day. Every day. Guaranteed.
Oh, I know two of them. I know all three of them.
Don't
I know
say
all
them.
I do.
There you go.
Gotcha.
There you go.
Yeah, because we have the heat maps for that.
Right. So now that you know, right? So going off of that, right? Off the statement that you just had said, you know what I'm saying? So they have to make money. Well, I ain't gonna say they have to. They're the capitalistic side that allows them to benefit the most is off of those three things.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So those are the three things that instill the movement of price action.
They get into
up
the
and
chat.
down.
They figured it out too. Shout out to St. Elsewhere and Wife School.
They got it. Hey, look, they got it.
Oh yeah, they get it.
Okay. I don't know why I can't see the chat. Hold on.
So St. Elsewhere said, "If you don't say greed and fear, I will scream."
But I haven't seen anybody. Hey, look, but I haven't seen anybody put the.
Put the what? Oh no, he clicked himself out. Roz, come back. The last one is uncertainty. Those are the three things that move the market. We gonna wait for Razik to come back. But we've been having a good week, man. Me and Roz I was getting hyped. I had problems going to sleep last night. I still got some good sleep, but definitely had some problems going to sleep. When you sit there seeing stuff that you weren't expecting, there we go. You made it back.
Nah, hey, look. So I was gonna say I was trying to check the chat, right?
Right.
And I accidentally left, and I was trying to see if anybody had put the U word up there.
No, I gave him the last one.
Oh,
I guess 2 out of 3, man.
Nah, man, you can't do that, bro.
Hey, I'm a sucker for my people, bro.
Oh my God, man!
Community, man.
Ray, we are going to have
to
talk.
Deidre's here. Deidre came in and busted you out. See, she gave it away.
Damn, God. Hey, Deej. Hey, yo, look. Nah, don't even do. Hey, Deej. Hey, this is Discord level game, so be careful about what you say up here.
Welcome to the Wolf Pack.
Yeah.
She blew your whole spot up, bro.
God damn, G. Oh, we gonna fight tomorrow. We are going to fight tomorrow.
I might
Oh,
have to
geez.
stop it on the futures
Oh,
chat
geez.
just to hear you yell
I'm
at.
so mad. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Don't worry about it. I'll be live tomorrow morning. You ain't gotta worry about it. Yeah. I'll be live tomorrow morning. Oh, I'm so
Oh
mad.
my goodness. Why School
Uh,
Podcast said, yes, he can. Stop trying to keep us in uncertainty.
y'all crying.
Deidre said, hey guys, LOL, I got you, Roz.
Yeah, it's too late now. She done gave it up. God. Hey, look. Hey, Ray. Hey, look. Can you please edit this part out of the other video? Jesus Christ, man.
Oh my
Nah, I'm not. Nah,
goodness.
you're all right. You're all right. All right.
Hey,
But yeah.
you know, most people, the reality of it is most people don't know how to use that anyway. So,
Well, yeah. Hey, that's also true. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
because,
But it's fun watching them figure it out.
yep,
You know what I'm saying? Because
true.
they're going to give you all these other attributes and thinking like, well, Fed Powell, and then they're going to say interest rates, and then they're going to say bread, milk, and water, and Russia and Putin. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
it's just
right.
fun letting people try to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? Because people have no idea how. And I always say this regardless if it's the crypto market, a traditional market, whether or not if you're trading options, futures, regular stocks, commodities, whatever, right? People really underestimate how archaic and basic the market is. They really do.
Yeah.
Like it is an age old, you know, you know, Stonehenge, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? That people try to say, okay, well, E equals MC square in algebra to the third power. You know what I'm saying? Plus 13 times 839. You know what I'm saying? In order
Yep.
to figure out, and they think like it's got to be an algebraic, time table. You know what I'm saying? To where you got to find answer A to figure out answer B, and then you're gonna find answer C. No, like the
He said
market is
no.
so
No, it's not.
simple.
That's not how that
Nah,
works.
because it isn't. Because it isn't. Like the market is so simple, and it's not even funny. Look, the market is so simple. You can teach it to a 10-year-old. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You can literally teach it to a 10-year-old because it's based upon what? Up, down, left, right, ABA, control, start.
Right. He said you gonna give him the game, you gonna give him the cheat code.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You remember how we used to play, you know what I'm saying? All them games, and you used to have them cheat code books, and you had to like find out like left, right, ABA, start.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So but yeah, but a lot of this is really, if you can take the time out and you don't have to take it for like 3 and 4 or 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? Me and Ray, of course, are one of very few people that I would say that I personally know that go out of their way. You know what I'm saying? On a daily basis, and they will stay on the phone. They will be on Google. They will audio book themselves to death. They will go to the
Hmm.
library. They will buy books. They will network. They will communicate. They will stay on the phone with people for like an hour or two, and they'll just have like conversations about real life current events that are happening, and try to be and try to give out a educated what I'm saying thesis based upon the information that has been released, and saying, okay, well, we have this and that. Where do we go from here? What is
Hmm.
the expectation of this and this? And if we do this, what I'm saying, this 3, 4, 5 years down the line and beyond, we're going to be here. You know what I'm saying? But if we don't, what I'm saying, start to implement the information based off of what we already know, and to start digging deeper, we're going to stay stuck. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, and not meaning mentally, but financially as well. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? So,
100%.
as the market evolves, you have to evolve along with it.
What?
You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So, but yeah, hey, look, I've already said too much, Believe it or not, even though it may
Nah,
sound like I
man,
didn't say
nah.
anything.
You gotta see. Look, this is the beauty of my channel, though. What's going on, Bohemian Regal? What's
The
up,
man
brother?
said ABA up, down, left,
This
right.
man said ABAB up, down, left, right like a cheat
That was
code.
crazy. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
see, they listen.
Yo, the
Bro.
fact
They
that he
listen
even
to you.
the fact that he even put it up there, I was like, yeah, that's a, that is funny. That is, but I'm still mad at Deidre. I'm still mad at Deidre. If she's on your listener, I'm still mad at you.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
goodness,
god.
it is not that deep.
Look, spoiler alert. Nah, but see the thing about it is like, and look, and me and you have had plenty of conversations. You know that I like when people think. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like and I love it to encourage people to think because people don't think or they don't think
true.
beyond the scope of what they can actually see. You know what I'm
Well, they
saying?
just
With their
don't.
own two eyeballs.
They don't.
You
They
know what
don't
I'm
want
saying?
to. And that's what I was gonna say. I was like, think about
Well, that's also a choice.
like
That's also a choice.
well when I oh snap, hold up. We got somebody else joining the conversation.
Okay.
I swear if this motherfucker, oh god, hold on.
Is it Deidre? Is
No.
it Deidre?
Are you tired of the socialist and liberal creep that's happening in our society today? Are you tired of people saying stuff but not doing anything? Well, this guy is, and he's doing it at New Frontier USA. Go check him out there. Until then, say hello to Bumpkin.
Hey Bumpkin, look up for a second. Just look straight up. Then this dude over here trying to grow a neck, bro. Like, what you doing, man? You've been working. This dude's been working, bro.
Dude, I'm trying to grow a neck.
You done lost like 15 pounds since last time I saw you, bro. What you doing over there? You walking?
I'm walking a lot. I'm walking a lot. You know what I do for work,
Bumpkin.
all right? What's up, man?
Bumpkin. What's going on, man? Long time,
Dude.
bro.
Yeah, everyone's streaming tonight, man. That shit's crazy.
Dude, well, you've been working. I haven't. I was like, I got the message. I need to text Dick Shits back. Because I got his text, but I was like, I was going to sleep. I was like, bro, I'm done. I'm tapped out for today. Like they've been freezing me to death all week. Like
whose message?
You guys were streaming last night.
Pax?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got Jay streaming tonight. Uncle Tom streaming tonight. Snowman's gonna be streaming. Yeah, Uncle Tom's always streaming.
You be over there hanging out with old ex-police officer who don't like me, bro. I don't like him neither.
They don't like me over there anymore either, so.
Dude, well, no, it's just him. Uncle Tom still likes me, but like, oh boy, who's always over there, whatever his name is, he's like always hosting shows and he's complaining constantly. And it's like, and he's like, I was a cop, and I was like, you weren't a good one. Like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, you did the base level of the job and got shot. I get it. It's terrible, but like, they ain't never find out where you lived. You weren't that good at the job. They didn't shoot you at the police station. You weren't that good at the job. Like you were literally like somebody just didn't want to go to jail that day, and you came up short. Like they were actively looking for you after the fact. Like. So you were like,
are you talking about? I know exactly who you're talking about. You're talking about LA.
Yeah. And I'm like, also you just kind of said that. Like I don't know. Like everybody else who's like, I got fucked up on the job. There's like a story, or they were in the news or something. Like there was a report. Like,
hey guys, hold on one second, if you don't mind. For everybody in the chat, if you're wondering about the Discord and where you can personally talk, and you can talk to me
I dropped
about
the link earlier.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you did? All right. Well, anyway, I'm gonna do a shameless plug, okay? If it's all right.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, for everybody in the chat, go check out Circuit 84. You can have direct access to me and the Ray. And as you already know, Craig Ray is the expert for everything crypto, economics, and everything else in between. You know what I'm saying? And,
unless you're trying to get rich tomorrow or trade, I'm not an expert at either of those things. Like I just like to make money and stay rich forever. That's my goal.
Yes, sir. And my goal is to trade. So I'm trying to get you richer every day a little bit. Whether or not if it's 400, 800, 1200, 1500, whatever. So that's what I do. I trade futures and swing options. So if anybody's interested, make sure you go to circa84.com, subscribe, and join the conversation with us Monday. We're pretty much 7 days a week. So the doors are open. All right.
Yes, sir. So Bunkin, you ain't let loose of that donation yet, right?
Loose of what donation?
The donation. The one that you got that you've been holding on to.
Oh no, it's still there.
Good, because it's getting ready to be worth something. Like, just wait.
I listen. I've picked up a little bit. Nice. I saw it go up, and I'm like, and then I saw it dip, and I'm like, I checked it just like a few days ago. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hold it. I'm holding. Yeah, I know a little bit.
Yep.
Oh damn, Ray. I also forgot. Hey, everybody, make sure you hit the like button, share, subscribe. Yeah, make sure you
snap. St. Elsewhere said he literally just got set up to do cover calls. Uh-oh.
Now, hey, look, I'm gonna tell you, good luck. I wish you the best, but you're probably going to fare well or better by just trading futures, honestly. So
you obsessed?
Yeah, hey, look, bro, I am obsessed. Futures, Hendrix. Okay, I am obsessed. I don't give a damn. Okay, I don't give a damn. Look, I put family on into this. You know what I'm saying? Deidre in the chat. You know what I'm saying? If she's still watching, she can chime in as well. So
well, I think that's an interesting concept for the people who are interested because and I heard Wall Street Trapper talks about it a lot, like where he does his it's kind of like a family reunion, but it's kind of like an educational family reunion where he's like, yo, like, let me put you on game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
I think that concept is pretty dope where it's like you guys get together and people share knowledge.
Now look, little do you know, I was in his course about 2 years ago. Two years ago. I'll say it like this. I got value, but it wasn't what I expected. I'll say, hey, that's how you what I'm saying.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I'm not throwing him under the dirt, but it's not all that like caked up. And plus and on top of that, like he's not giving you direct access to talk to him. So he's got like 30 other different people that you have to converse with in order to speak to him. Yeah.
So is that including because like I thought that there were different tiers where like he has like a one-on-one call with you every month.
They're all the same. No, they're all the same. Now, unless he changed them.
No, there's like different pricing structure for them and everything. Like there's one where it's like
that's the one I'm talking about. And the one I paid, I think it cost like $100 a month. I stayed in there for like about 4.5 months, and I was upset. I like honestly, I was upset. And to be honest, when I read a book, I learned more out of the book than I did from him.
Well, you know how subscription services go. I mean,
whenever
because we talk about this all the time. You know how many people pay for stuff and then you were actually trying to use it, but when you're building something and it's kind of marketed for the masses, which is the reason I don't really sell anything. Like that's aggravating. Yeah, like, and then people get in there, so you're making it, and you go, oh, okay, like you're gonna get something out of this. But I mean, so for me, I would say like the most value in a situation like that, unless you're getting that like one-on-one coaching and he's like actually teaching you a skill, would be the one where you get to follow his plays, right? Because then you just go, cool, I'm gonna do what you do.
Right.
Like I'd say that there would be some value at minimum in that because then you're going, He's going, okay, I'm giving you access to the plays I'm making, and you can just follow the plays. Like
now he does do that, but we're talking about long term. You know what I'm saying? And
he's not
so
day trading.
and right, and see, like, and then a key point that that he doesn't point out, but then you'll end up finding out once you join, is that a lot of his plays, or he'll throw out like a expected number of what a stock is supposed to actually do, but then what he doesn't speak on is that how many shares that he's buying, and most people don't have enough liquid to say, you know what, I'm going to buy 2,000 shares of a stock that's already $200-$400.
Right. So
you know what I'm saying, and then expecting a 10,000% a return, like, nah.
Well, what? Wait. Because we see this in crypto all the time, and people go, "Oh, well, I can't afford a whole Bitcoin." I'm like, a multiple is a multiple. Like, if it goes up 2x, and you invest in with $200, obviously you're not going to get the same gain that I got, but we both go 2x together. So if I got a whole Bitcoin, and at 2x, obviously I made more money than you, right, off that trade.
But you still made money even with $200.
But the person who comes in low, who goes, I don't have that much money, they still, even if it's $200, now you got $600. So, like, the play was still the play. I mean, I can see, like, there's a lack of context in there, but at that point, like, it's one of the things that I argue with people about all the time, because I'm like, the math is just math. If you come in with a smaller nugget than me, but we both get the same game, we still both got the same game. You just started with more money.
But you know what I'm saying? But Ray, crypto is different than traditional markets. Like, the movements over time come in a shorter wave span than you invest in Apple.
No. I get that.
Hold on. Let me just add. And you are right, but I'm just saying, like, there's a very important key part to that. So even with Apple, like I think, like, around, it might have been like 06. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the chart, but I believe it was around maybe between 06 and 09. That's when Apple really started to see a boom, from about maybe like $56 a share to about like maybe like 120. You know what I'm saying? Even then, that took about like 2.5 years, maybe even 3. And then after that, it was a steady incline. But if you didn't get in before then, now you're buying at a higher price point. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, what you're saying is right, but and also depending upon what broker that you use, you can't buy half shares.
No.
You know what I'm
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Only certain firms allow that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
right.
That's all. I mean, hey, look, what you're saying is accurate, and I agree. But just look, and again, that's the fine. You know what I'm saying? Print. That's all.
Gotcha. So in order to do something like that, you kind of would err on the side of, like, you need kind of a nest egg to play this game with him and have this work out for you the way that you want it to. You need like a little bit of an egg to go follow plays, because, like, you got to be able to go in with some sort of force, like a little bit of something to get some momentum.
Right. You have to have enough of a punch. You know what I'm saying? In order to really see the impact, which is why even then, by a man by the name of Ian Dunlap, you know what I'm saying, who I kind of admire throughout the years. Shout out to EYL. You know what I'm saying? But even then, I remember him saying, and this was like maybe about 2.5, maybe about 3 years ago, and he said that he was like, the goal or the immediate goal is to get to 100 shares. Your next goal is to then get to 500 shares, and then after that to 1,000, and then what I'm saying, 10K, and then that'll continuously to exponentially grow. So
right,
yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Bumpkin.
Yeah, Ray, I'm gonna need you to do me a favor, right?
What you got?
Just whenever Bitcoin is at its highest, right?
Right.
Just send me a message and say pull out. Right on my phone. And pray that I'm not at work. Pray that I'm not at work.
Bro, hey, if you get a text from me that says, yo, you on your girl right now? You know what time it is.
Fuck. Take out the money.
We need to make some sort of raunchy meme for Reddit or 4chan for that specifically.
Yes.
Be like when you gotta hit your homie up to tell him to pull out of the crypto market. It's like you looking through the window, your dude's like looking over at you with some legs in the hair. I mean, I'll definitely send word when we're.
Thank you.
I mean, it. My only concern right now is with the U.S. institution, depending on how this goes over the next couple of weeks. Like if we get to all-time high before halving, I'm gonna be thoroughly like every episode is just gonna be me looking confused. Like I'm just gonna be like, like we got money, guys. Like I don't know what we're doing. Like because the thing that I think is happening though, honestly, and I think you'll find this pretty interesting, Bumpkin, is the way. Let me read the message that because Razik sent me a message about Gensler's statement, and it was his statement specifically that I found really interesting with the way that it was phrased.
How is it? Sorry, I'm just confused. Like, how is it gonna be snowing, but negative 7 degrees outside? How does that work? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, we're supposed to be getting that tomorrow too. Yeah,
negative 7 degrees.
It's not negative. Oh, we got regular 7. we got. Well, we're opposite buddies. We got 7 degrees in snow tomorrow. Oh, okay. Here we go. So listen to this. Yo! Hey, hold up a second. I got to disrupt.
The show can officially start.
Yes.
And now the show can officially begin. With Natasha Vincent, the #1 moderator on the internet. Currently in the chat.
And yes, good night, Deidre. Natasha Vincent, first show of 2024. I'm just gonna have to start doing meth. That's just what I just need to not go to sleep for weeks at a time. So
You're
I do all the stuff that I
really embracing that whiteness when you're just not doing that.
Go to work. Like I want to do all the things, and there's not enough time in the day. So I need my body to move while it's dead.
That's
basically what I need. I need that to happen.
I need to think I'm asleep. I'm asleep.
Yeah. You know, like if you pretend, you will it. So I'm gonna manifest the sleep, right? I'm just gonna
don't do that. You're gonna start seeing demons and shit. Don't do that.
I was running around with crystals. Be like, what are you doing? I'm manifesting sleep. Okay, so this is what the chairman said. Circumstances have changed. Approving spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds is the most sustainable path forward. SEC statement on the approval of the spot Bitcoin exchange traded products.
I'm sorry, who? FCC?
The SEC.
The SEC.
So that's what Chairman Gensler said. He said specifically the most sustainable path forward. Now, that part of it, when he sent me that, I was like, they're going to sell some Bitcoin because the United States is the largest holder. They confiscated all. So they stole people's Bitcoin, basically. Mm-hmm. And they have like a huge cache of it. And now it's become the most sustainable now that we're paying like...
They're about to dump.
The $30 billion a month. Well, no, it's just when the market went up to 48 and then slammed back down to 46, I was like, I bet the government is funding that because the circulating supply of Bitcoin is 10% or less. Mm-hmm. So for them to start buying today, like over the next couple of weeks, I'm really going to be watching the price closely because the $48,000 jump made sense because I'm like, okay, you're buying out of the market. Big jump. Makes sense. Like, you guys had to buy to cover your shares. And we're all buying from the same place. But once it went back down, I'm like, okay. So now we're gonna have to figure out, like, because if the government feeds it, then it's not gonna jump as fast. But also we have to look at what our national debt starts doing, because like if we start getting some money and they're like, hey, stuff's fine, and they didn't turn on the printer, that was the printer.
They dumped Bitcoin, and 1 second, Raz, I'm gonna let you go in a second. Which, by the way, is fucking genius. Go ahead, Raz.
Yeah.
Oh no, you good. Hey, I just wanted to tell y'all guys, hey, I'm gonna have to dip out. I'm getting ready to go through some mountains in Ohio. And they got spotty internet, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna sound like a robot. But I just wanted to come up, you know what I'm saying, so and support, you know what I'm saying, y'all, man. Hey Ray, man, keep on doing the awesome work. I definitely appreciate everything you do. I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, your friendship, and your knowledge, you know what I'm saying, your expertise, you know what I mean, everything in between, bro.
So, dude, no problem, man. I appreciate you too. I mean, hey, the teamwork made the dream work on this one. Like, we definitely got some insight that people don't have because of the different spaces. So,
yes, sir. Hey, Bumpkin, man, I need you to join Circa 84, man. We need you a part of the squad, man. You need to learn how to trade, bro. I am your mentor. I'm your man.
There we go.
Man.
I'm broke.
So,
hey, bro.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Hey, look, you up here talking about crypto and economics and George Bush and 9/11. Yeah, come on, man. I don't want to hear that bullshit.
I'm just poor white trash. All right, I'm just poor white trash.
Nah, bro. Hey, look, you don't even know it. I've been watching you for, you know what I'm saying, about a year. I've seen you come up here and grow and have debates. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, high IQ, you know what I'm saying, debate. Nah, bro.
He said you ain't smart.
Hey, look, you don't even know, but you got eyes on. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know who eyes you got on. But
are you sure you want to teach me how to trade? Are you sure?
Hey, look, you're asking the wrong question. The question you should be asking yourself is, are you sure you want to learn? It's not about whether or not I want to teach. This is a question you got to ask yourself. Do you?
I don't think
Hey, look.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say it on the live stream.
Nah. Hey, look. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna go. But in the words of Jim Rohn, okay. In the words of Jim Rohn, if you don't know who that is, look him up. All right. But in the words of Jim Rohn, bro, if you want to do something, you're going to find every reason to do it. If you don't want to do something, you're going to come up with every excuse in the book why you don't want to do it. And on that note,
drop a link in the back. Drop the link in the back.
Well, hey, look, you got Ray up here. He's in the group with us, bro.
Oh, here, yeah.
Is it a website?
It's a Discord. It's a Discord group.
It's a Discord group. But the website is how you join. All right.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I'm fully willing to learn, but I just want to let you know, I don't think you know the absolute animal that you're gonna create by doing this.
I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? That shit ain't bro. That shit is. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. You know, whatever I decide. Well, I ain't gonna say that. Whatever I teach, bro, is not taking no money out of my hands at all.
That's fair.
He's gonna show you how to put some money into your hands, so then you can fund yourself. And you got to go work out if you start walking less, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring my homie to the stage real quick. All right, later on. You have a good night, brother. Be safe.
Yes, sir. Y'all too.
I'm gonna bring one of my very knowledgeable homies to the stage. He's hiding out backstage. He's ready to go. The man knows his stuff. We had a great conversation about crypto, so this is going to be another good. Y'all better get some questions out because you got everybody to answer the questions now. I'm gonna bring to my stage the one, the only, my homie Omac. What's up, Omac?
How's it going, guys? How's it going?
Oh, you know, we're just, you know, we're having celebratory. We're excited. We're excited. I forgot to tell y'all, I'm super excited. So y'all, you want to know what your boy did? I've been an absolute menace since this ETF started, and I apparently got under the skin of Wall Street Trapper, and he took my bet that Bitcoin's gonna make it to 100,000 this year, and responded on Instagram. It was great. We had a whole back and forth, and I was just like, "You're wrong. This is awesome, but you're wrong." I'm taking that. I want one Ethereum off this. Oh snap! The homie Saints in the background rocking.
Oh,
what hoodie you got on, bro?
Oh, this is a custom. I love KC hoodie from the homie Chilio.
Dude, that's dope. Okay, so obviously Saints not in the other room. Okay, first of all, that's the first thing. We are not at the same location, just the same city. I did not. We celebrate. I got my MetaMask hoodie on, bro. Well, I'm industry swagged out.
Hey, let's go. Let's go.
So Omac, this is a buddy of mine in town, Saint. He's super into the NFT Web3 space.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
I see. Nice Generational Wealth. How you doing, brother?
I'm all right.
New Frontiers. Hey, Bumpin, I'm gonna echo what I don't know, Raz was saying, bro. I've actually watched you too, bro. I seen the growth. Good stuff. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Y'all tell my friends about you, bro.
You do.
Y'all go there with the conversations. My New Year's resolution was I'm gonna come in. Let me come in here. Holler at these boys.
Oh yeah. See, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Finance is not my forte.
Which is ridiculous. Okay. It's ridiculous. You're so smart. You're like one of the smartest people I know. I'm just like it reminds me of that episode of South Park, and it's like, God damn it, Kenny, can you just not be so poor?
Well, don't get me wrong. I'm not poor. I was more exaggerating. But I just know what the system does to people who don't win at it. I ain't trying to see that for none of my peoples, bro. But no, the government definitely dropped a bunch of Bitcoin on our laps. I'm looking at the chart right now. That shit's obvious.
They were like,
super obvious.
They were like, here, take these ones first. Like, buy these.
Because the 8th of January, the initial jump up to like 47. Yeah. That looks natural, right? Then little dips down, which are like natural. They look like natural dips.
Yeah, and then it just went bing bong.
And then that jump to 48, then bing bong.
Yeah.
I was like, I wonder what they paid off. Like, we need to go see if like a crate of weapons ended up going to Ukraine or something.
Market manipulation.
Did you buy something or did you pay something off? That's my only question at this point.
Hey, the one thing I can sit here and say was I was basically watching my trade, and when it hit 49, I was a couple of bands away from basically hitting my partial take profit, and then now of course I was sitting there going, I'm doing good right now, and then I'm sitting there going like, I wonder, I think it got a little bit more legs. Then when it hit 49, I said, now in the back of my mind, something sit there and said, maybe I should go ahead and just take a little bit. Maybe I should take a little bit right now. Messed around, got two phone calls.
Came back and it was 46.
Came back and it was like, Then, and of course, in the back of my mind, all of a sudden, my mind starts going into wargaming. And then I'm sitting there going, I bet you that lizard, Gary Lizard, decided to basically move some coins into the market, because there's no way in the world after that it should have dropped the way that it did. There's no way it should have dropped like that, and especially with all of the other approvals and everything. There's no way in the world that should have happened unless, quote unquote, a level of coordination was done. There's no way in the world that should happen. And then when you look at his quote unquote response, look, I'm just going to say this. Sometime in life, you just got to take an L. Gary refuses to take an L. No matter what, he's that guy that's going to get his butt whooped. Swear up and down. Yeah, man, I had to knock that fool out. No, you got knocked out, knucklehead. You got knocked out, but he swear up and down he doing something. But yeah, that was one of those things like, okay, all right, we just got to hold on for we got to hold on for like a minute. Got to hold on.
Gary was pumping his ETH bag.
Bro,
he was pumping up his Ethereum.
They all had to sell off all their holdings, which questionable, but like they're not supposed to be able to do that job and hold any assets.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
they don't follow by the same rules we follow by, right?
Yeah,
they don't follow by the same
rules. So your kid has an ETH wallet.
That's why.
Hey,
look. That's why the quickest way to become a millionaire is to get a government job. Literally, it is literally the quickest way to get. Look, congressmen and senators for years will go and quote unquote get elected and be worth. I mean, they're of course most of the time they're upper middle class level. Within their second and third term, lo and behold, these fools are millionaire now.
Yep. Like a millionaire factory.
Yeah. It's like millionaires
yelling,
and then look at Nancy Pelosi. There's no way in the world on God's green earth her husband could be that dang accurate. There's no way in the world. No way in the world.
Right.
Without some quote unquote insider trading.
They have a whole ETF that tracks her now, so we can get it too. You know what I'm saying? What up, Will Crypto? We all just need to get in the Nancy Pelosi ETF. We gonna get rich, right? We all rich together.
Yeah, but so the same laws for us do not apply to them. That's just the bottom line to it. If I walked up to a politician tomorrow and said, "Listen, you're gonna." I'll give you this lump sum of money to help you win, right? But you got to lower my taxes on my business. I'm getting arrested the next day, probably.
Well,
but a super PAC can do it.
Yeah. Well, because it's a group of businesses. There's no one person to arrest.
Look what they did with SBF. Now, let's think about it. SBF sit here and paid Democrats and Republicans, mostly Democrats. You got the sister from California, Watts, like her name. She's blowing kisses at SBF, tripping. She sitting there basically blowing kisses. I mean, like at this dude. Okay, I understand he may be young enough to be your grandson. Okay, fine. But the fact is, he was throwing around that much money. Now, mind you, he got arrested. He got convicted. Now, by law, those politicians should have surrendered the money because the money that SBF gave to them was the client's money. It wasn't his money. It was the client's money. Yep. They should have returned that money. Oh, but guess what they did at the last hour? They dropped two particular charges concerning money laundering from St. Bankman-Fried. They dropped that part because then that meant for sure legally they don't have to quote unquote give the money back.
Right.
Those sacks of crap should have returned that money, but now what do? They dropped that little thing, so he's not convicted for that, and now they can keep the money.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, the system's going to protect itself. That's the reason I'm like, there's only so much you can do to fix those things. I'm like when people are like, oh, like you really keep all your money in crypto. I'm like, absolutely. Because if I need to leave, I got my passport right over there and my ledger right
I mean, guys, aliens are real. They announced aliens and they were at the Miami Mall.
And we just keep on keeping on, bro.
You're right. I mean, that's what you. I mean, look, the ability right now with crypto and what another YouTuber basically calls FinSol, the ability to financially be truly independent can only be can truly be only with crypto, and particularly more so. I tend to focus more on Bitcoin. I know with for me, I'm just gonna be honest. I have not had good luck with NFTs. I'm just gonna be honest. I just haven't. So I basically put the majority of my focus, into Bitcoin. Secondary look into like Ethereum, stuff like that. But if you tried to walk out the United States, catch an international plane ride, and grab $1 million in cash, walk to the airport, before you get to that gate, they're gonna be patting you down. Now, mind you, you leaving the country with your money. They're gonna pat you down. They're gonna sit here and probably confiscate your money because they think you better do something nefarious with it. And then the same thing if you come back into the country with the money. But now, if you got your crypto on your cold wallet, you can walk out, both. I mean, you can leave the country or even come back, and you can have $1 billion. I mean, you literally can be a billionaire walking through the gate, and no one knows. But the simple fact is, Uncle Sam don't like it because Uncle Sam ain't getting his cut. That's a very simple fact. Is Uncle Sam wants to tell you how you want to, how you should quote unquote handle your money responsibly. In other words, let me take control of it, and I'll show you how to use it responsibly. Which means I'm gonna give it to everybody else
in a fashion which benefits me. Like,
yes, of course.
That's the and it's not just it's actually illegal to have over $10,000 on your person at any one time.
Of course.
And when we talk about the money bag Floyd Mayweather, literally that is technically a crime. As far as laws are concerned. Like, if the cops rolled up on him and were like, give us your money bag, now he got to pay to get it back because they're like, well, we want to know why you have this money. Like, that in and of itself, I'm like, this is ridiculous. I mean, some of the stupid stuff that they do in this city, like, we live in a city, me and Saint live in a city where they excise a 1% tax levied on each citizen, that it's our responsibility to tally up how much we owe them and pay them every year. And if you don't, they sue you.
All right, so I'm gonna be a devil's advocate. I actually like the 1% tax because it goes towards. I like what it goes towards.
What, it doesn't go towards the fucking potholes?
No, not at all. Not at all.
They will sue you right after you lose a tire, bro.
It goes to the nice museum that I'm a member of, Ray. Okay. I love going to it goes to the Nelson, it goes to the other museums.
I know they made the buses free too, apparently in 2017. So you can get mics for free. We get to ride them.
But when the last time you rode the bus? When the last time you rode the bus?
When was
exactly?
Hey, it's been 5 years since I lived in Kansas City because you know what happened? They sued me one time and I moved. I was like, I'll take my money over to the other side of the loop and I'm gonna still use your shit for free. Fuck y'all, dude. I'm petty though. I'm petty. I refuse. Like, it's but the thing is, and I understand what it goes towards, but when the federal government wants their money, they just take it. And then when they take too much, they give me money back. I like that relationship. When the state wants their money, when I get paid, they just take it. And then when they take too much, I get some money back. I don't want to have to be responsible for tallying up 1% of every dollar I earned in that city to pay them at my best. Like, now I've got to do the math. You ain't doing the math. I have to do it. And then you get to make a guesstimate on what you're owed. And if I don't pay you, the guesstimate tallies up until it's over $1,000. And then you sue me.
I mean, that's what they're banking on. Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, when I first found out that tax existed, when I got sued. Like, they were literally like, we're about to garnish your wage. How much do I owe you? $3,000. Since when? Since you were 17. Like, what? Bruh, that shit was slavery. I had to buy my fucking freedom, bro. So I moved. I was like, cool.
You're telling me that
for this.
They didn't.
I'm going to a state where I'm free. I'll be in a city where I'm free. I don't even want to be in your funky ass state no more.
Yeah, nah.
You're telling me that they didn't inform you one time until you're getting arrested that there was a tax.
No bills. They were just like, yo, we're suing you and we're garnishing your wages. You owe us $3,000. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, I pay my taxes. They were like, you didn't pay your city tax. And I'm like, what's that? And they informed me. And I was like, that sounds like an unjust tax to me. Like, I don't understand. And they were like, we don't care. We'll garnish your wages. You got to pay it.
Yeah, we'll make it easy on you.
Yeah. So I had to make a payment plan and I had to pay them their money. And as soon as I paid them their money, I moved. I was like,
you can't forget that.
Hey, look, like my sergeant used to sit here and say, look, it's very simple. Either you can bend over and hold your ankles, or I can bend you over. or I can bend you over. Whether you like it or not, it's going to be better if you decide to hold your own ankles versus me forcing you over on your ankles.
Bruh.
So, but straight ain't going to get straightened.
Yeah.
Man, I swear to God.
Look, it's going to happen either way. Whether or not
Saint said that at the club last weekend. I'm not even playing.
What?
Saint said that to this chick at the club last weekend, bro. He said, I like it.
I'm like, damn, I think I might have.
Where's this going to go?
Oh, man. I bet you
respectfully, it was respect. I said respectfully afterwards.
That doesn't make it any better, bro.
Dude, that doesn't
make it any better.
When they collected their money, they were like, respectfully, thank you.
And then she said consensually. I said, all right, bet.
Yeah. No, but it and you know, like the more you experience stuff like that, like it's just so it's not that it's not where the money is going for that specific tax. It's the way that it's extracted. It's extracted in a gangland fashion. The city basically shylocks all the citizens. And originally, because like once I got sued, I had to look up the history of this shit because I got mad. Yeah. That was the only thing that I could do that wasn't illegal, was to figure out where this tax came from and why nobody talks about it. So originally, the city of Kansas City developed this tax to levy upon professional athletes that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a day per athlete to play in our city. And then they collected so much money that they were like, this is dope. We should make everybody pay. And then they started charging the citizens. Like, I'm not even joking. It's like the most greediest thing you could imagine. Like, I'm like, I get it. The rich guys that come here and play games to entertain people, get your money. But then you were like, we got a bunch of money. We could get a bunch more if we just tax these assholes too. Like, who does that? Like, who does that?
Hey, look, I live down south, and you would think for where I live, the sales tax would not be as high as it is. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm gonna let you gentlemen guess. I am down south, and I am south of Birmingham, so I'm in Alabama.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna ask you gentlemen to guess. How high do you think our sales tax is here?
10%.
Take a guess.
10%.
Bingo.
Oh
it's
my God.
10%. 10%.
I was going to say 8. It's 10%.
Yes, it is 10%. Now,
isn't it almost 10% in Johnson County? It's almost 10% in Johnson County. Like that's like one of the richest zip codes in the nation. They tax it for everything over there.
Right.
You know what else? Do you have potholes?
Of course.
Johnson County don't have potholes though. See, that's the difference. Like if you got potholes, I wouldn't pay no taxes. That's why I moved.
It's crazy. It's crazy. You know, now you would sit here and think there's no way in the world you should be having a sales tax of that high. But the simple fact, here, it's normal. It's completely insane to me. That's insane. It should be no more than 7. No more than 7. No more than 7.
Actually, I think Johnson County is like 9 or 9.5. It's not fully 10. It's a little less. But that's also one of the richest zip codes in the nation, and they don't generally have potholes. They fill them very fast. Like,
hell yeah. It's been
everybody got Lamborghinis and shit. You can't have potholes out there. like I'm not even joking. There's Maseratis, there's Bentleys. Like, if one person hits a pothole, bro, the city's getting called and they're gonna tar and feather somebody. Like, it's not a game. Like it was so bad. It was so bad when they were talking about shutting everything down during COVID they didn't shut down anyone who was involved in building a house, a residential house, because so many rich people were getting their houses done that they were like, nah, bro, like you can't be holding up our house. Wow. So what the mayor of Leawood, we were having people come out and yell at us like as we showed up to job sites. The mayor of Leawood just stopped answering the fucking phone for 2 months. So his house, the mayor's house was getting done, so he just let everybody's house just keep going and just didn't answer the phone for 2 months, so people stopped calling.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, you know what you call that?
We were essential.
Yeah, essential workers. Yep.
You call that the fuck off policy, by the way.
Oh, bruh. I mean, it's like the more that you learn about how like horrible these systems are, like the more Bitcoin just makes sense. I was like, I saw that. I was like, they can't take it. They can't turn it off. I'm in. Like, it's mine. Like, I'm done.
But here's the thing about it, though. Like, there's still going to be taxes that you have to deal with.
Yeah, but I mean, I have a choice in where I cash out. I can leave.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I can fucking leave. Like, I'll just. But and that's the thing, though. We don't have clear regulation on that even.
No,
which is it's another issue because like the American system that we have is. We have good lip service for that. We're pro ingenuity, we're pro bootstrapping, we're pro all this. But like the reality of it is they have created moats and the people on the other side of the moat don't want nobody else over there. For real. So anything that they can do to catch you up on the way over there, it's like, okay, like we don't want you over here. So we're going to figure out how you cannot do this. Like, you can't like saying we can't go in our state and open up a Ford dealership if we wanted to. Can't go do that. You can open a used car dealership, but all the dealership licenses, so that they don't have to compete, they only have so many. That's the reason you see when they team up and it's like Morse, Franklin Morse, they gotta make it together because there's only so many licenses to go around and they're all taken. So now it's like, hey, if we're gonna open up this dealership, we gotta combine to get this other thing. So you can't even go do that. You can start a used car dealership, but like you cannot go sell new Fords if you want.
Got you.
And it has nothing to do with anything besides a moat and some people not wanting to compete. Like we can't.
I was like, that's kind of politics. You got to work the politics on that kind of stuff right there. Yeah.
And so it's like, I saw that we're getting a cryptocurrency lobby, which is good, but the reality of the situation is if they don't make it advantageous when we're ready to cash out, like a bunch of us just won't be here. And now you got, not only do you have all the wealth leaving, you got a bunch of people who are probably pretty smart, pretty ingenuitive that are also leaving.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of people realizing they don't necessarily have to be here either. Like,
true. I mean, as
good in some places. There's good Wi-Fi all over. You can find good Wi-Fi in a lot of places in the world.
Right now, but now the one thing I will say, and I kind of basically brought this up the last time me and Ray were together.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people get happy about quote unquote going to Dubai and places like that. But one of the things that I mentioned is don't get too happy about going to Dubai because number one, remember that's a Muslim country.
Yep.
And remember, in that country, you and I, everybody here is considered to be an infidel. We are considered to be an infidel. Now they may be a bit more quote unquote progressive, but if anything ever kicks off between America and the Muslim nations, you have to understand in their country, their laws are completely different because that's Sharia law.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And now it will be nothing for them to come round you up, and then you can say, "Look, you can have all your private keys memorized. You can have them all memorized. They're gonna get them codes because number one, it is nothing to them to basically do some nasty stuff to you to basically get them codes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So So like you got to be mindful if something kicks off.
I mean, we have the FBI here, which is basically shot depending on who you are. So
yeah. I mean, yeah, but but like at least here, at least here in the United States, like as I tell the men that I mentor, yes, bad things can happen to you here legally, but there's but there's at least still here a chance. Even if it may be down the line, there's still a chance for you to quote unquote get some level of justice. Now, true, is it 20, 30 years later? Yeah. Is it, is it wrong? Yeah. But at least, but like at least it's a chance. It's a chance.
Well,
over there, not so much.
I mean, I think most of the strike against it. Well, the thing is though, I mean, I understand your point, but man, I ain't seen the last video where they was snatching up a nigga to cut his head off to prove a point to America because they know they don't care about us. Like we are literally like if they scooped us all up, bro, they'd only keep Mumpkin. They'd be like, y'all are worthless. They ain't even gonna cry, bro. Keeping him.
Hey, look. That's why. Okay, as a veteran, that's why when they had recently. This this young black man who ran across into North Korea, and they're like, "Oh, you know what's going to happen? They're going to keep him for years." Said another, and then I kind of turned to like a buddy of mine. I go,
"We'll have him back in 15 minutes, bro."
I go. They're gonna toss him back in the next couple of days or a week or so. And it's like, no, man. Whenever that happens, and then I kind of looked at him, and then I said, Doug, he black, and he goes, "What does that have to do with it?" Because he's Caucasian. He goes, "What does that have to do with it?" I go, he's not gonna be viewed as being that worth to them. He isn't going to be that important for them to hold. I said, so understand in the next few weeks, they're going to toss him back. Sure enough, I think it was about a week or two later, they tossed him back. And then like, when he got back, and then when he got tossed back, he got kicked out the military as well because he was already in trouble.
Oh,
okay. Right. And so then I called my boy Doug. I said, Doug, I basically said, hey, I looked at this link, and then he goes, "Oh yeah, they released him." Well, like they knew he was wrong. I go, "No, they just knew they weren't gonna get nothing for him.
Exactly.
They knew, they knew they weren't gonna get nothing for him. They tossed him right back. It's like fishing. Oh, caught one. I ain't gonna get nothing with this. Toss it right on back. Toss it right on back.
Damn.
They were like, "What do you know?" They were like, "This dude can't even dunk. Send him back." We're gonna ask you one question. You know Dennis Rodman? No. I put him right on. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like my experience with other cultures, I wouldn't necessarily. I would rock out in Dubai. I would go there and hang out. I wouldn't have that be like the one place that I was though. Like I would be in like Portugal. I mean, Caymans could be decent. Like there's a bunch of other places we could go, but I mean, the experience that you have outside of here. Like I had a homie who got a chick pregnant. His baby mama's Chinese, like mainland Chinese. Homeboy went and moved to Hong Kong, and I was like, and he was telling me because like he speaks Mandarin fluently, and for him to be black and have dreads, they don't think he understands the language. And he's like, no, they're very blatantly rude to your face there. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, you'll get on an elevator and they'll just get in there and be like, oh, I'm taking a different elevator. It stinks in here. And like, I'll just like leave. But like, it's like to your face. And then
that's not just for black people. That's like any outsider.
I was like, so if you're dealing with that, like, what's the comparison between that and here? And he was like, well, honestly, he was like, they're rude. But he was like, at no point do I feel like I'm going to get murdered here because I'm black. At no point. And he was like, he prefers living there than living in Chicago.
Well, you got to look at it this way. As somebody that's lived overseas, what I can tell you is this: 9 times out of 10, often African Americans are often larger, taller,
everyone
bigger,
else.
and stronger
Yeah.
than the people of the host nation. So you all, so all of those other things start coming into consideration of do I really want to fight this dude? Now, for me, I'm actually 6'1", 285 pounds. I already know I'm a large man. So literally when I was in Europe or in Greece or I went down to Crete or I would go anywhere in Europe, often literally if I wasn't with other brothers, I was the tallest and the biggest man. And pretty quickly there'd be the looks like, oh my goodness, like this, and of course you smile, you speak the language, they cool, like and they cool with it. But the one thing is, you already knew they wasn't gonna try to fight you. You already knew. You quickly got that sense of like,
they probably
hey,
don't
you want
want
a beer? right. They want to buy you a beer. Hey, friend, friend, all right, fine, beer. Just on roofie, your brother.
Right. It'd be like, I took one of them big ass kidneys. It's mine. I want to be so healthy. Like, I can't wait to get to the doctor. Good Lord. No, I mean, it's just it's an interesting concept. Like, if we don't get a change in administration, bro, this is gonna be horrible. I'm just like looking towards the election, and I'm like, man,
like, Ray, you really think it's gonna be that bad?
Huh?
You really think it's gonna be that bad if we don't get a change?
If we get more of what we got, it's terrible now.
Oh, okay, look.
And they don't have any means or mechanism to fix any of this.
Hey, look, you gotta look at it this way. There's no way in the world, and looking, this isn't about ageism or nothing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're on Team Red or Team Blue.
Right.
There is no way in the world. Everybody that has lived has seen that particular grandparent or their great grandparent get to that age and have that lost look. How many times have you seen the president have that lost look like,
dang it, oh man, I'm leaning towards optimism.
Look. I'm sorry. There is no way in the world that you are going to convince me that this man is truly running the country.
Right.
I don't think, look, that's why, like, if you notice, his town halls are very short.
Yep.
He's not taking too many questions or anything like that. Number one, the mental faculties wise ain't there. I'm sorry. He need a nap. I'm just sorry. He need a nap. Look, it just, there's no way in the world you're going to tell me this man can stand the rigors and the stress for another 4 years as president, and with everything that's happening, you're going to tell me an entire presidency of all the presidents in history, he has taken more personal and vacation time than any of them.
Really? More than even Trump?
Look, at least Trump was doing business on the back nine.
Oh, right.
Okay. I mean, look. I've been in corporate America. They'd be like, "Hey, you going with us? Where we going?" Now, the first time I said that, "Where we going?" They kind of looked at each other, nodded, and then basically walked away. I'm like, and then one of the guys sit there and said, "They're going to play golf," and I go, "Oh, I can catch up with them," and then they go, "Nah." That was that quiet invite and you missed it. And I was like, oh. And then they sit there and said, so you're going to have to build up for the next time you get asked.
Wow.
I said, what? Yep. And I'm like, and he was like, oh yeah. They figured you didn't understand. So why did they need to include you in the club? So that was one of those little things. So, you got to understand, are you going to tell me that you want to put our president in the same room with Vladimir Putin, who is a known KGB agent? He old school KGB. Now, a lot of people don't understand what old school KGB is. In other words, this is a man that has killed other men, probably with his bare hands.
Yep.
Okay, that is old school. So you're gonna tell me you're gonna put Biden and him in the same room? Really? You really want to do that? You really want to do that? And think Biden is going to have the wits to quote unquote outmaneuver, outsmart that man? I'm sorry, that's not about to happen. I'm sorry. I have seen that. Look, my grandmother. I literally lost my grandmother about 3 months ago.
Oh man, sorry for your loss, brother.
I'm like, thanks. She had dementia, and I'm telling you, that exact same look of, "Hey, baby, how you doing?" And then,
oh wow, yeah,
I'm like,
no.
and then, like I said, ma'am, and then like she just this, and then she goes, yeah, I'm okay. How you doing? And then like I basically take her hand, I go, "Hey, it's me. Hey, your daughter is such and such," and I would go through mine, and then the twinkle would basically pop back in her eyes. And then like, "Ooh, you don't got older, you got to be in." But if we didn't stay on subject, she'll drift on you. That is the same way our president is right now. So we have to get something different because there's no way in the world he can be effective. Okay, look at this way. How does the sitting president not talk to his Secretary of Defense on a daily basis? Think about it. The Secretary of Defense went missing for several days because the president,
you're right,
because him and the president don't talk. What?
That's wild.
How does the Secretary of Defense and you don't talk literally multiple times a day?
So I'm sorry, I was actually, we're talking on the thought process that the president is actually in control of something. I was just thinking that he's a great, like, you remember the A-Team? The dude that was just the face guy? I thought that was who he was. I thought we were just talking about face. But I'm
listen,
like,
Mac, you said yourself he needed a nap. That's why they not talking, bro. Like, what you want him to do? Call him during nap time, bro? What are you supposed to do with that?
Hey, look. Take a nap. Take a nap. Give that man a sippy cup. I mean, look, whatever it may be. I'm just saying, something spike the sippy cup with a little pep up. I'm just saying, there's no way in the world that you're gonna tell me that. Okay, you're gonna tell me, and let's just be blunt. Whether you like Trump or not, if something kicks off, you gonna tell me you want Biden to handle something if it jumps off? Are you gonna tell me you want Biden over Trump if something military-wise or something serious kicks off? No. Because look, even if Trump don't know what it is, Trump is bold enough to sit here and go, "This is America. We're gonna kick your A."
Yeah.
And I'm literally drop the mic and walk out the room.
Yeah.
And guess what? Everybody know if you really push Trump, look, even to save face, he'll still get you. You know what I mean? Just to save face. I mean, just to save face, he'll still. Okay, I'm gonna give you a quick example, and you can look this up. I can tell you when Trump decided to run for president.
Ooh, I remember.
Ask me how. And the reason why I know when Trump decided to run for president is this. Trump is okay until one particular thing happened. It was at the reporters, right. The reporters dinner for like the White House. And Obama, I got to admit, Obama was smooth with it.
He was.
But okay, But Obama nuked Trump multiple times that night. But if you ever look at the video of Trump was taking the hits. But if you notice, I think it's about the third joke, there was that kind of lean back, and then like you see this.
He's like, all right, nigga.
Right. He leaned back, was like, oh yeah,
keep on. I got something for you.
Right, and right then and there was the motivation. That was that wild hair.
That's when the race started.
Right, that's when it started. Right then and there.
Okay.
So because he did that nationally. Okay, this is a dude that never gets embarrassed nationally, not by other people, not by other people. Now, I mean, look, now he can mess up and he'll wave off like he didn't do nothing wrong. But you gonna tell me you gonna make people laugh about me? You gonna rag me down? You gonna do the dozens with me on national TV? And now there's memes and social media posts of how quote unquote Obama checked him. Oh yeah. That is when she decided, I'm gonna run for president. Right then and there. And you can look at the video, and literally right after that, I think it was 4 or 5 months later, boom, boom, boom. Here comes Trump. Here comes Trump.
Oh my goodness. Hey, bro. Sometimes you got to be petty and then become president to prove a point.
That man was Petty Pendergrass.
Okay? Yes. He was like, my name is Timothy. Write it on your ballot.
I mean, look, it is what it is. And look at it is like right now. This is what I'm going to say here is this. When people sit there and say it was a insurrection, January 6th was a insurrection, I sit back and I laugh at it for these particular reasons. If you study your history, a insurrection throughout any country, any nation, insurrections are very bloody occurrences.
Yeah.
There's usually dozens and dozens and hundreds of people that are killed. Now, just to kind of give it a bit more context, think about it this way. Most of the people that was marching that day were Caucasian white men. Okay? Now, let's think about it. What is the one group that owns the most guns in the United States?
Right.
Caucasian white people. Yeah. Right. They
can you hold over there?
He's having a smoke break, probably.
They own the most guns out of everybody. They own the most handguns, AR-15s, and even machine guns. But yet, on January 6th, the one group that owns all those weapons showed up and was going to take over the Capitol and then bring one machine gun, no AR-15,
not one handgun.
Not one handgun. And think about it. If you're going to take over the Capitol, think about this. When you're going to take over, in the military they teach you, if you're going to take over a position, that means you got to capture it. That means you got to hold it. And that means you got to defend it. How are you going to defend something with no weapons? But this is the one. Okay.
So now you got my attention. Why was that?
Right. So this, this was just a mob.
Yeah.
At its worst, it was just a mob. Yeah. But then, even then, I will say this. If Capitol Police are also walking said mob around the Capitol, they're walking around them, and they're walking them around on the inside of the Capitol. How much of a mob is it really then? You know what I'm saying? If the Capitol Police is walking around with them and the Capitol Police are not running, then what's going on here? So the only reason why they're saying insurrection is because, number one, they quickly got a strategy to sit here and say that we're going to prosecute Trump as a insurrectionist to basically get him off the ballot later.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all that what it's about. Look, I personally believe he should have did more to calm the situation down. I personally do. But at the end of the day, it's not an insurrection because the one group that owns the most guns, the most explosives, this, that, and the other, Where's all the guns? Oh, there was
Yeah.
none. So you're just talking about a mob. But now, here's the funny part, though. And there's some people that may get on me about this. How many times have you seen a BLM peaceful protest and something get burnt down? Come
Like
on.
literally government buildings and shit.
Yeah, right. Now, and look, how many times have you seen BLM, black-owned business, and the black-owned business is burnt down and a good portion of the block? And think about it. All that got done, all that burning, all that destruction, billions of dollars. How many of them got locked up?
Right.
Little to none.
Which is, I find that interesting considering the way that they went about tracking those people down, because they use those the cell phone towers. So they just tapped cell phones, which means that like during any of the BLM riots, they could have tapped cell phones.
Yep.
And just been like, cool, we're gonna go find all these people. And not only did they do it at the White House, they also did it for the people who just went to hear Trump speak.
Yep.
Those people got a visit from the FBI too.
Yeah. And so, like I said, because I told, like my daughters and like my friends, like, look, I'm just saying something very simple. Where we are as a country right now, and especially like with crypto, because number one, I tell them all the time, right now it's the greatest wealth transfer in history. It's happening right now, and particularly the African American culture is missing out.
Yeah.
We more worried about twerking, gyms, shoes, J's, and all this other dumb stuff. And we're missing out on this generational wealth transfer that is happening. We could literally be in on it. But a lot of people don't get that pretty soon the ability to be a whole corner for Bitcoin, to have one whole Bitcoin, very soon within the next 2 years, is probably going to be a lost cause.
Yep.
Because I do believe that the price is going to go up so high that the average American and even the average middle class and even the upper middle class will never be able to be in a position to own one whole coin, a Bitcoin. And that's insane. That's insane to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's decisions. It boils down to decision. Like, the same thing happened with the internet, though. Like, think about it. Like, during the 90s, like, the thing that's crazy is everybody, especially like if you were an adult and you had kids, because I was a kid, right, during the 90s, during the .com boom, and I was getting those Netscape discs, them AOL discs. I was getting on the internet. I was banging out that 56K dial-up. My grandma probably hated my guts. That phone bill was probably so stupid. I was on the mud boards playing the little text games that you found in the back of the computer paper.
Dope.
I was up in there, and they didn't invest in nothing. And I'm like, you literally have this kid that's like, yo, this is the shit. Like, I used to go outside. Now I'm trying to figure out ways to be in here on this computer thing that y'all got. And they didn't invest in anything. Like,
well, I mean, it happens. Yeah.
Like that's crazy to me. Is like when you see people and you like look over somebody's shoulder and they're like, yo, I'm obsessed with this. I'm like, bro, you might want to go buy a few shares of that. Like, I don't know. Like, if everybody, you look over 3 shoulders, they all own the same shit. Like, it might be useful. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, but you see a lot of people do it, and like it's not necessarily a cultural thing, but I'd say black culture specifically, like we think everything is a scam for some reason. Like it's the weirdest shit ever. There's like you can't do that. That's a scam. Like I'm just like, bro, stop saying that everything can't be a scam. Like,
yeah, well, just like my nephew. we all got together for like our family reunion back in July.
Mhm.
And I basically told him about Bitcoin. And he was feeling it. Now he's been married now for about a year, about a year and a half. And he was like, wow. So I could potentially this. And I said, yeah, it's going to do this. Pretty soon, it's literally going to be those that have Bitcoin. It's literally going to be us like being like earls, dukes, and lords, because you're going to have that quote unquote that generational piece that no one else has. And then like he was like, so seriously? I said, yeah. So we basically left the family reunion. About a week later, he contacts me. He says, Unc. I said, yeah. He goes, I went ahead and I got a whole Bitcoin. And I said, congratulations. Now, back at that time when he did it, Bitcoin was around $28,000. It was around $28,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now, his wife wasn't exactly happy about it, but since this was his bonus money, that's what he decided to do.
Yeah.
So now he got it. Then a couple of weeks, about 2 months or so, like afterwards. Now, right now, I can say this: when him and his wife compared the value of his Bitcoin compared to the value of her 401 for the same time period, he is literally several $1,000s ahead of her on growth for the year. He is thousands of dollars ahead of her. Her entire 401k that has taken her years to do, growth-wise, he is still ahead of her right now for the year. And he sat there and he goes, Unc, and he kind of brought the phone close to like his head. He goes, my wife thinks I'm a genius right now. So like now he's actually buying Bitcoin every paycheck. He's buying, so he's doing his DCA and he's buying Bitcoin. Yep.
Well, it's interesting how that works, and it goes back to the question of the last decade. You literally didn't need a financial advisor. There was nothing they were going to tell you that was going to work better than Bitcoin. All they were going to do is get you to spend money on stuff they get paid for. If you just went and dollar cost average Bitcoin, like what else would have done better that one of the middlemen or the gatekeeper could have put you on? Like
I think you did an episode breaking that down.
100%. Yes, I always do, because I'm just like, I don't understand why people be out here trying to argue math like diligently, confidently.
Hey, look, and I gotta share this like with Ray and like when and with Hink as well. Look, my greatest failure, and I don't mind, I don't mind sharing it because I want other people to learn from my mistakes. Right now, me and my wife, we've been married for 27 years plus. Wow. I can tell you right now, me and my wife could have retired at least 2 or 3 years ago. I let my company's, CFO talk me out of basically buying Bitcoin. Now, when I let him talk me out of buying Bitcoin, at that time, Bitcoin was around, I think it was around $1,100 to $800 per coin. Wow. And we were going to be buying $10,000 a year. It was going to be $2,500 every quarter. We were going to buy 10,000 just to close out the year, just to do that yearly tax credit buyout thing. Mm-hmm. And he talked me out of it. He was like, no, don't worry about this. Hey, look, we can put this in such and such. We can put this in such and such. I let him talk me out of it because, number one, at that time, I was not adverse on Bitcoin. I knew it was the right thing, but I hadn't yet gotten convinced. I hadn't yet gone through that additional work. And in that process, talked me out of being able to be retired, sitting on a black sand beach that my wife has always wanted to go to.
Oh Lord!
Because because I did not listen. And then it wasn't until about 2 or 3 years ago where it's like, oh, I went back and I looked and I was like, oh God, I literally could have been retired. I literally could have been retired. So like now, this is what I basically stress to any of the men that I mentor is, look, even if you can't do the whole DCA, if you get a bonus check, look, it's a bonus check. You didn't need it. Go, it's a bonus check. Go buy Bitcoin. Oh, you got a tax return. Okay, that's some extra that you wasn't going to spend. But like this, you wasn't expecting it back anyway. You got a tax return? Great. Go buy some Bitcoin. Because pretty soon, when the supply shock does hit, and I believe the government is going to manipulate the whole supply shock, because I don't think they want everybody to understand that supply shock until much later.
Yep.
Much later. But when that supply shock does hit, it's going to be off to the races. But I will admit, the last part that they did, that little skanky thing that they did with all of I don't know if it's with all of them, but to the ETF providers that bent the knee and went from in-kind payout to fiat payout, that's where that changes the game. Because then that means that those ETFs get to keep the Bitcoin. If they were doing in-kind payouts,
but I mean, honestly, how would they facilitate that? Like, I didn't know that was even an option, because Grayscale didn't do in-kind payout.
Oh well, okay. Like right now, okay. For example, there's 4 companies, and I can't remember the name of them, but I know I Trust Capital right now. If you basically move your retirement plan over to I Trust Capital, you can buy crypto, and then and then when you want a disbursement, you can get either fiat or you can get in kind, which means you can actually get your crypto out of it.
Oh, okay. But isn't iTrust more or less like it's like a
custodial like Roth IRA?
Yeah, but it's basically a crypto wallet though. It's almost like a platform,
correct?
Like a Coinbase. Correct. It's just your cryptos in there, right?
Yeah, but it's considered as a Roth IRA, pre-tax, and everything else like that. So that part legally you're good for. You're basically good for. And right now, they allow you the 2 options: in-kind disbursement or fiat disbursement. But it looks like most of a good portion of the ETFs though looks like they're only doing fiat on-ramps and fiat off-ramps. And then the few that will be in-kind, those will be the ones that the more mature people will basically move to. Because to me, if I'm buying Bitcoin, I want in-kind return of Bitcoin. But to be honest, I'm never going to use I will never use an ETF. I can manage my own money.
Right. I mean, that makes sense, but I mean, the ETF allows it for normies to get it into their portfolios and their retirements, though.
True.
Like, I mean, and that's the thing. I was like, BlackRock. What was that?
It's a step toward mass adoption.
Right. Because I mean, the reality of it is, if it's not made easy, people ain't going to do it. And an ETF is easy. So, I mean, at least they got that now. I mean, I went and bought some I went and sold off some stuff and bought some in my Roth IRA. I was like, I'll get it.
You know what? I might.
Like I was like, I had some like one-off stocks that I'm not dollar cost averaging anymore, and I was like, I'll go ahead and I'd rather have Bitcoin than that. Like, I'll put it in here, like whatever. Like,
I mean, look at it right now. In the next few years, a lot of people don't get it. In the next few years, only one Bitcoin is going to be almost like being a duke or a lord in England. It's going to literally be that way because one, you will be of that special class of people. Literally, it's going to be better for you to have one Bitcoin. Okay. Think about it this way. Right now, if you want to borrow money from a bank and you have to put up your house, you can say your house is worth $500,000.
Right.
You're going to have someone come out, do a appraisal on your home.
Oh, yep.
To sit here and say that your home is worth $500,000. But you and I know you get that wrong appraisal person to come out, look around, go
over with.
Yeah, this is only 400,000. Oh, all of a sudden you don't lost $100,000 in value of your home. But now, if you tell them, like, let's say Bitcoin is at $50,000 for just simple numbers. But now, if you tell them, I got 10 Bitcoin on this wallet right here, well, guess what? You can give them the public address, and right then and there, they can look up that public address and go, yep, 10 Bitcoin is in there.
Yep.
Just like that, the audit is done. The audit is done. You can't do that type of auditing with other physical assets like that. So literally from a corporation.
Well, hold up. You can borrow against your brokerage.
Well,
people just don't do it. It's not something that most people know you can do, but like you could if you've got your brokerage built up enough. Like Elon Musk didn't sell stock to buy X. Like he leveraged the stock to buy X. So
yeah. I mean, and you can do the same thing with, look, in the future, where the way how I kind of see it is that to where one, as Bitcoin goes up in value and you kind of get your cost of living down to another, and then like you go, you know what, I'm gonna need about 150,000 for like this year. You can basically leverage your Bitcoin and sit here and say, I need a loan for $150,000. And then basically, technically, as Bitcoin goes up in value, you're never going to need to lose anything. You're not losing anything because it keeps going up in value. So you use that.
Yeah, I mean, we used to be able to here. We had the Nexo app, and they took it away. You can still do it outside of the United States. You just can't do it here.
Can't do it here. Yeah,
yeah, because
that was lovely.
Yeah, it was wonderful. And they just like rolled out some you had like an option to get access to a certain amount of it at 0%. Like, bro, they just don't want people getting ahead, bro. Like they be taking leveraging opportunities away from us, and it's super stupid. But
have you ever heard of Omac? Have you ever heard of the wealth gap? Like how long it would take for the black white wealth gap to be closed or whatever?
Yeah, I've heard about it. I do have some issues with it, but yeah, I have heard about it.
Okay. I heard somebody talking about it's like 200 years or some crazy stuff or something like that. And then I'm looking at this. I don't know if y'all have ever looked at like Type 1 civilizations. They say we only like 100 to 200 years away from that. So you're saying we're closer to being a fully advanced world capable of using all energy and storing it before the wealth gap gets closed.
Well, you got to look at it this way. Okay, you can look at it this way. And this is one of those things that I kind of teach the men that I mentor, is I tell them, look, you need to get certain structures in place before you get it down the road. And I tell them, I say, look, first thing, regardless if you're healthy or not, will, DNR, family trust, put all those in there. And then inside of your family trust, you basically put in a section of it that will have, quote unquote, your BTC. But also along with it, there's a reason why the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and the other, and also the Kennedys last multiple generations. Because in their family structure and inside of their family trust, you will get a degree or else you don't get money. You will do certain things or else you don't get money. You do anything to embarrass the family, then you start getting penalized. Okay, for example, you can have 4 siblings. All of you technically are going to get the same amount of money. But guess what? If sibling number 4 is a screw up, siblings 1, 2, and 3 is going to get more of siblings 4's money. Sibling 4 do something bad enough, sibling 4 is still part of the family, but sibling 4 is basically working at Walmart now. The rest of y'all, are basically getting the money that they were getting. And guess what? They know not to share it with sibling 4 because they know as part of the guide rules that's not allowed. But guess what? We don't do this. We can have a grandfather or a grandmother who is rich, and particularly in the Black culture, they are rich. If they got a will, if it's the key word, if they got a will, even if they got a will, even when they die, that wealth gets busted up quick. Or particularly for many African American men, you die. There's too many of us that don't have, don't have a life insurance policy. I literally have 3 policies on me. I probably shouldn't have said it too long. My wife, but
I was about to say, everybody get online right now, take out a policy on OMAC because we need them.
but okay, like this, and this is some quick alpha. One policy is designed just for burial. Now, for me, I'm a vet, so I can get a government burial. Now, if anybody want to do anything extra, some last minute stuff, that first policy is to cover that. Second policy covers our home. So then the home is paid for with that second insurance policy. The third, on the other hand, is for the safe and covenant of my wife. And like what I mean by that is this, is that policy pays for any and everything else that may come up. I basically told my wife, if I die, don't worry about paying a bill. Just basically keep that money and just live off that for whatever is needed to do. I mean, because 9 times out of 10, she's going to want to get another house. Go get another house because it's going to be difficult to be here in this house knowing I died in this house. So she may need to get another house. But then the last part is the investments. The investments, the long-term piece that she gets to literally have until she dies, and my grandchildren get to have, and it goes down the lineage that way, and it's structured that way of who gets what. Nobody's going to be arguing about who gets what. It's already in the family trust.
Right.
Yeah. But you need to do this thing. Yeah. You need to do those things and structure it accordingly so that when it's all said and done, stuff is paid off. This is good, and everybody knows. As well as some people sit there and say that they don't like the morality clause in it. Okay, fine, you don't like it, but the simple fact is, how many of us have seen families that have had money and it goes to waste?
Yep. Well, it doesn't. It's not even that it goes to waste. It's like and I've seen this. I've seen it in Black families a lot, but I've seen it in. I mean, if you're not financially literate, most families do this. They will err to take care of the weakest child and take all of the wealth into making sure he's all right because they go, oh well, you can build your own. So you're starting the financially literate son or daughter or whatever siblings left off going, hey, because you've shown that you can be self-sufficient, you start from scratch building again. We're going to sink all the resources into this knucklehead over here that's just going to burn it up. And we're just going to throw it into this pit until we die. So that way we don't have to see him crash out. My family literally did that so that the generation that my grandfather was in, because my grandfather was the responsible one, worked for the government, not financially literate, but the family pre him had money and they sunk it all into his brother, and his brother burnt all of it up, all of it. And so we never even saw, we were, my grandmother was middle class and we were lower middle class, but we never saw any of that because and my grandmother still took care of that dude. She also threw money into the money pit. And I was just why would you do as an adult? I'm that doesn't make any sense. We literally let one person, and it only takes one person to destroy an entire family's wealth. And then everybody gets to start over every generation. everyone else is starting over. They're like, oh, you're good. We don't need to help you. And it's like, no, that's the person who should be in charge of the finances because that's the legacy. The idiot's not the legacy. You ain't bringing that dude back. Like, he crashed out. Do what you can, but don't do what you can at the expense of the family.
Right. And look, like when you look at the Kennedys and you look at these other families that have family trusts, some of those family trusts, when you look at some of the guidelines and stuff that has been made public, whoa, some of that stuff is, man. I mean, like, it is off the hook. I mean, you turn 21, you just received $1 million. Bam,
yep.
$21 million. You get, you get married, you have a son, you have a daughter. Boom, another 1.5 million to $2 million. You turn age 40 and you're still married, this, that, and the other. Boom, you're getting property from here and here and here. You turn 45, here come another structure of like your money. When you turn I think in one of them, when you turn 45 to 60, it's the last tranche. The last tranche is literally $25 million or more, depending on if it's gone up. That's insane. That's insane. But guess what?
But you get the money. But the thing that I find interesting about that is it's whoever initially set that up is still controlling that family. It's still controlling the outcomes via incentive. Yeah. They go, I'm going to incentivize this family to function the way that I want it to, no matter what, after I'm gone, because I built this shit. This is what I want. This is the legacy. Right. And like, it's like every metric on the legacy, it's like, hey, we're incentivizing you. We don't get divorces. That's not what we do in this family. You stick it the fuck out, or you don't get this. Like, also, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, look. They got clauses in there for prenups. I was tripping off of that one. They got clauses for prenups. So like, look, they got clauses for prenups in there because number one, they want to ensure to where one, okay, look, you may divorce my idiot grandson if you want to, but you will never get part of any part of the family trust. You will never get part of any of the family trust. So that one, you won't sue the family trust. It is literally that type of structure in there.
Actually, you know what? A buddy of mine actually is a beneficiary of something similar to that. Like his mom hooked up with this dude, and that's his dad. And he don't know that side of the family. But when the grandfather died, the way that he had his stuff set up, he was like, I'm covering all of my grandkids, including the idiots bastards. And so like they were like, yo, like this is your dad, like you got this lump sum of money coming to you, like, right, congratulations.
And the thing about it, he quote unquote skipped over the father, but blessed the grandchildren.
Yep. Yeah. And he was like, it's well, and I was like, when you think about it, it's like that's a lot of forethought to go, well, you're a dum-dum, but like that kid didn't choose this. Like he's still innocent. We gonna give him a shot. So like, here you go. Like, do with this what you can.
We're gonna see.
I'm like, bro, man, all I got was good genes, bro. I want some money too.
I haven't got barely shit.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Well, I think the interesting thing when we talk about like the wealth gap and the finances, and it's one of the things that I've seen because of where my business is located, is like there's this assumption that all white people just got it super easy, or like because like we'll look at that wealth gap and we'll go, okay, well then like every white person you see, you just assume you're like you might be a little bit scrubby, but you're probably fine, right? And it's like no. Because like I work out in a rural area and like getting them to even donate to help the kids that are right up the street from their house. Because like I live in an area where it's like you have extreme affluence, but they're expanding out into rural areas. So there's like these schools where you'll have kids that are literally, my dad's a billionaire, and then motherfuckers don't have coats.
Yep.
And they're like going to school together. And the people who are millionaires and billionaires, like to get them to donate coats to those kids that look like them and their kids' friends, they won't do it. Like it's a bitch to get them to do
really?
it. Oh, dude, they donate to shit down in the city all the time. Because like it's almost like they're so affluent that they can't even it's like disturbing to them, like if they don't come from that, to even see people that look like them that are in a situation that they expect to see us in. So they don't help them. They're just like, why aren't you fine? And I'm like, nah, bro, like they don't have enough coats. I was like, how many fucking coats they need? Because like one of them little motherfuckers gonna be racist, because that's how you make a racist right there. Because I'd be racist if I saw some motherfuckers that look like me go give some shit walking past me to some people that didn't. I'd be upset, bro. I'd be looking.
That's
all the way down. You drove all the way downtown to do this shit? All the way down there?
Mm-hmm.
I'm cold, motherfucker. So, like, every year, whenever we do any type of donation, I'm like, go up there to that school and find out what them fucking kids need. Like,
because they are dying right now.
Right. Because I'm like, dude, they're right up the fucking street. I was like, and why aren't these assholes giving them shit? Because they're like right down the street.
You want to see some real, like, classist type shit, dude? Go to where you have a bunch of rich white folk, a bunch of poor white folks. You'll see the most classist shit you will ever see in your entire life. Exact race talking about, right? You want to hear the most slurs ever stated? Go to one of those communities. They will call a poor white person every single slur in the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't have any whatsoever.
Yeah. It's wild as fuck. And that's the reason, like, whenever there's that conversation about how it's a race war, it's this or it's that, and I'm like, that's not how the teams are getting drawn out, though, for real. Like, that's just that's not what's playing out. It's like, and I don't, it's weird because, like I said, like, I've got a lot of mentorship from white people. Like, straight up, full disclosure. I work really hard, though, so people just tend to want to help me. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But it's, like, I don't know if it's an assumption that, like, if you're in a position to where, like, you're not where they're at, and you look like them, they just assume that you're fucking lazy or what?
That's exactly it.
But it's like, I'm like, I've never in my life had an issue with a white person who saw my just work ethic alone. Like, I've had some people when I first started in the field that I'm in, because it's part construction, most of the PMs side eye as soon as I showed up. Because, like, for the first, like, I'd say 7-8 years I was in this industry, I was normally the only black person on a job site, period. And they'd be like, who the fuck is this dude? And then after day one, they're like, oh, this is the fucking guy right here. Like, cool. Like, what do you need? Like, how can I show you how to, can I help you? Like, do you know how that works? And I'm like, no, you want to show me? Like, I want to learn. And they're like, okay, great. Here it is. Now, in that field specifically, regardless of, like, where people are at, like, if you're working hard, everybody helps everybody. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to, like, my clients where they're, like, millionaires and shit, they'll come in and they'll be like, you're working harder, noticeably harder than everyone else here. How can I help you? Like, let me put you on game. Like, what are you trying to do with yourself? They're like, you're not doing what the rest of these guys are doing. And I'm like, okay. So, like, I built my network that way. But when it comes to, like, that area where it's like you're impoverished and, like, people look like you, I'm like, that was always one of the things I thought was super fucking weird. I was like, you guys will drive down into the city to give stuff to poor black kids, past these poor white kids that are literally down the street from your house.
Well, there's no tribalism.
Yeah,
in the white community.
That's what I was getting at. Because, like, literally within like the black sphere, that's the rhetoric. It's a tribalism, and we're gonna do this, and we gotta do. And I'm like, dude, this is not how this is working. Like, it's not. Mm-hmm. There's a group of people that get it, and amongst that group, they're coagulating and working together. And then there's the people that don't. Like, our primary builder, I'm over working on his house, and like he was like, "Oh, you broke up with your girl," and he was like, he literally walks in the room and he's like, "You know, Ray, you really shouldn't have to do this." He was like, "You really shouldn't have to go through this life working as hard as you are on your own." It's like, we're gonna work on that, and like walks out. It's just like,
What?
yeah, like if we, yeah, like literally. And not only that, another person, we're expanding our business. He's moving down here. I told you about this yesterday, Jamal.
Okay, yeah.
He's moving down here, and he was like, yeah, he's like, his wife's Persian, beautiful. And he was like, oh, I'll introduce you to some women. He's like, don't worry about it. He's like, we'll get you a wife. Like, that's how these networks are fucking working.
Did you become betrothed?
Bro,
right? Are you betrothed now?
Like, seriously? He was like, oh, yeah. He was like, once we get settled in, he was like, there's a big Persian community. He's like, my wife's already networked with people down here. We'll introduce you to some people. Like, we're going to go do some deals, and we're going to introduce you to some people. I was like,
I mean, like, you know, go ahead, finish.
Oh, no, I was just saying, I was like, the way that that network works, because if you're in that circle and you're the broke person, which I always am, I like being at the bottom. So, but like the whole time they're like, yo, like we want you up here. Like Jamal, same deal. Like we're all in a network where like that's how I met Jamal. Like we have a group of guys that we meet with, but the group of guys that I met Jamal through is the only time I've ever been networked with successful black men. Like period. Like where we're all on our shit. I'm like, in my entire life, I've never literally any of them that anyone who wanted to like reach out and like actually help me level up that looked like me, 100%. You guys are the first people.
You know, I'll be honest though, it took me leaving Kansas City and traveling and like, you know what I mean? I had to travel and live and be away and be out in the world for years to kind of have those experiences. And so coming back, yeah, it's cool to be back. And yeah, that's real. But yeah, bro, definitely.
Just like I had to explain to like my kids like before, because they tried to get this whole thing of, you know, the struggle, this, that, and the other, being black, and I just kind of looked at them. I blinked a couple times. I said, look, first of all, let me explain something to you, because they're talking about, you know, white society, this, that, and other. And then I said, look, I'm going to tell you right now, the only person that ever took, as I said, the only individual that ever told me I couldn't do anything was a black person that looked like me. I've never had a white person tell me that I couldn't do anything.
Oh my never. Boy. Yo, that's crazy. Never. That's crazy. Never. But yo, you're so right, bro.
Never. And then when they talk about the struggle, I said, okay, first of all, I said, look, I love you guys, but I'm gonna break this down one time for y'all, and then after that, don't ever talk to me about the struggle. I said, because first of all, I'm the one that was born in Gary, Indiana. Okay. Yeah. I was born in Gary, Indiana. Okay. I was the one that was living in trailer parks, projects. I was the one that was eating government cheese, government milk and eggs. That was me. So don't talk about the struggle when you've been raised in the suburbs. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Facts.
I mean, like you need some credit or something like that. I'm like, hold up. You are a suburban baby. What are you talking about? You're a suburban baby. Look, how many black kids have had parents that are able to take them over to Europe for 2 weeks? What the heck? What you you talking about the struggle? Both you and your sibling is going to the university. One's going to the University of Alabama. The other one's going to the University of Auburn, and they're both going to college at the same time. And Dad ain't got to take out any loans because Dad got it like that. And you gonna talk to me about the struggle? Shut up,
dude!
Shut up.
It's hilarious. Well, I think it's funny because people.
I wish I could live in your house, Mac. Golly, he's sitting.
Max, you wanna adopt us? Hey, bro, we start a new podcast. It's gonna be called Omax Kids. We just have money episodes till he gives us money, bro.
Man, it was just one of those things of just learning. As I had to tell him, I said, look, don't talk to me about this, that, and the other. I go, look, I should have said, okay, look, when you look at me and my wife's wedding picture, how come, one of my boys that's basically part of one of my groomsmen was a Caucasian guy. Now, I should have said, look, let's be real. I said, let's be real. I said 9 times out of 10, the interactions between most black people and most white people is a fact of, quote unquote, a misunderstanding. Because 9 times out of 10, it don't go down the way how they try and act like it is. It just doesn't go down that way. Yeah. I have had more wonderful experiences with Caucasian people than I have with black people. I'm gonna be blunt about that. Mm-hmm. No one told me I couldn't do anything but black people. No one sit there and said I need to do this but black people. No one discouraged me the most but black people. Some people sit there and say, hey, you're Uncle Tom, does that know? And I go, hold up. Hold up. Back it up. No.
Wait a second. Let me guess. That was black people too.
Yeah. I'm like,
facts. No, for real.
I mean, like, look. I said, let's be real. I don't hate. But look, I'm a patriot. I love my country. I'm a disabled vet. What I still do, what I did, what I still go through, what I went through for this country every day. Now, when
thank you for your service, bro. Real life.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I mean, and look, I'm like, no problem. And like Ray, just like you sit there and say, guns and butter. Look, I'll be the first one. Look, if we all get together, I will gladly bring my guns. I got AR-15s, got a 300 blackout, got some 9mm, I got some 45s. Hey, look, I'm getting new suppressors. Hey, I mean, bang, bang, shoot them up.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I like this guy.
Dude, I told you, dude. OMAC's dope. Oh, yeah. Like, but I mean, that's what it is. It's just like, that just also, even if I'm wrong, and I've told people this, I'm like, even if I'm wrong, and the system's racist, and every white person I see just hates me behind my back, and they say whatever the fuck, and the man's against me, and whatever, I'm like, I don't understand how having that woe is me attitude versus having my delusional, apparently inaccurate attitude, I don't understand how I'm losing. Because, like, the woe is me dude is just living life upset, waiting to be upset by some shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, why would you walk through the life with that boulder on your back? Like, that just sounds like a worse existence, being like, yeah, everything's racist and everything that happens to me is racism, and like, I'm upset and the man's holding me down and I can't do shit. I'm just like, everyone I know who carries that mindset is constantly mad. Constantly.
Yeah, get them away.
And I'm like, even if you're right, you're bitching all the time. So like, I don't understand how you win. How do you win?
You can't win like
all
that,
you do
bro.
is bitch.
You
ain't
like
set
that.
one thing on fire. You ain't rolled nobody down those chairs. And they all listen, and they always fucking white girls. Like, I'm just like, what are you doing? You trying to fuck your way back in, like, into dominance? Like, what is going on, bro? Like you can't be sitting around here talking about you hate white people, but like you always up in one with your dick. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Let's call it what it is. Let's call it what it is. You ain't mad. You like to LARP at being mad, but you ain't really that mad.
I like to LARP at being mad.
That's LARP. Bro, listen. If you talking about the struggle, and you fucking white girls, bro, you know they used to kill niggas for that, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Like, literally, there was a whole organization that was made to keep niggas from doing exactly what you're doing. Or you mad? How? Like,
and keep in mind, 9 out of 10 of those times, right?
Right.
They were graped. That was white women lying, absolutely lying through their teeth. Absolutely lying through their teeth. I'll say the quiet part out loud. Lying through their goddamn teeth,
bro.
Nope.
Pumpkin's dead on, bro. Like, what happened? You got caught. Be like, I didn't want it.
It's like, now we got to go out there and hang the dude.
Right? It's like, God damn it, Sarah. How do you keep getting caught by them? They run so fast. Like
okay.
It's like that episode, that spoof that they made of of Mario where he keeps having to go save the princess and he's just cussing everybody out and screams at Bowser and takes it back. Bro, literally that. But,
dude, but
I mean, it's...
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, white women... I shouldn't shit on them because I'm obviously with one, right?
See,
love her to death, by the way. Love her to death, by the way. But they were even the back in during slavery, right? When we talk about actual white women that were involved in slavery, the most vindictive ones were Creole women in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah, like my family's from there, so yeah.
Yeah,
why is that?
Dude, they were fucking vindictive. They were vindictive. They were like making there's this one lady that was supposedly making crab people in her attic out of slaves and shit.
Dude.
Yes.
She was crazy.
Yes. Madame Lazoom or something like that.
She was making, wait a minute. How do you make a crab person?
They were breaking bones and resetting them, Ray.
No.
Yes.
Oh, no. It was okay. This woman was considered a lady of high esteem, and the place later turned into a hotel. But her estate on the second and third floor was a house of horrors.
Oh Jesus!
But here's
was making crab people.
But here's the thing, right? The thing about Creole society was they actually, slavery was obviously allowed, but they actually had standards for slavery. They said, hey, you cannot just beat slaves. You cannot just randomly do random acts of violence towards slaves. There's a set standard. If you break that law, you will be punished by the law, right?
Right.
But there was a reoccurring thing. She's not the only one of Creole white women, right? I believe these are French. Or Spanish women that were just fucking vindictive, man, just absolutely vindictive, constantly breaking the law. And it was, dude, that House of Horrors was so bad that the entire white population wanted to lynch her. Not even joking. She barely made it out of there, dude. She barely made it out of there,
bro. And this is history. I think the only reason why they found out was something wound up happening.
A fire.
And it was one was a fire, and then another place it was the smell, because something didn't happen, and the smell finally came down, and they were literally finding people later at this other location that had been chained up there for years. In this place, and that they had been doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff too. She
was a socialite serial killer.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
that's crazy.
In the 1830s, I'm reading it right now. It's freaking crazy.
She never got punished for it either because she was able to flee back to Europe. She died at 60, 66 or something like that. No, those Creole women, man. Dude, the Creole society was so weird though, because check it out, right? Check it out. It was so their slavery practices were so different to the Anglo slavery practices. Like I said, they had ground rules, and by the way, it was not necessarily frowned upon that if there was a mixed person that was born, they were actually accepted into Creole society as a natural citizen and not a slave.
Yeah,
so it was like
high yellow. They were high
light skinned girls.
They're high yellow.
Yeah. And I know the name because I got a cousin that's one like that. But okay, there's a particular phrase I'm gonna say that back in that time that was done to the males. You know how you milk a cow?
Yeah.
You know how you milk a cow? The males would get milked a couple of times a day.
Like a bull, huh?
Yeah, we get milked.
You study the animal, that's crazy.
And I'm sitting there going,
well, they didn't make pancakes with it, did they?
What?
I was like,
out of here.
That just sound weird as hell, bro.
No, but like they said that this one particular woman, I don't know what she was doing all, but this one particular individual literally could not walk without shuffling because it had enlarged down there so much, the sac and everything, because he got milked that often. Crazy crap. Crazy.
I don't. Yeah, I'm trying to understand the French, but it's really difficult to understand the French. Is it French or is it Spaniard?
The French. The French.
Yeah.
Look. I love the food, but I'm gonna be blunt. French are freaks.
Yes.
French are straight up freaks. Straight up freaks.
Yes. I'm almost about to take their white card away. I'll be honest with you.
Dang!
Y'all got a new white card.
You say y'all are weird, bro. We take it.
Y'all are weird as shit. Well, they created liberalism. They created the sexual revolution.
Like, why are y'all milking black folks? Like,
and why are y'all milking black folks?
Also, where do I sign up? Because I'm just saying, like, you know, you're gonna stay down.
Hey, listen.
Get milk.
As a proud Anglo myself, we weren't doing stupid shit like that. Just saying.
Hey, bro, I've never heard of no Anglos just out here milking. It's like twice. Like, bring the Spears and Jamal. Come on, Sharon Jean. You know you got those strong hands. Just get it done.
Yeah. Jesus.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, gentlemen, I got to jump on off because I got to get up to go work out in the morning. And my workout tomorrow's
smart, man, I like that, dude. I like
actually, that.
Well, we're supposed to get 7 degrees snow, so I might not be going nowhere tomorrow.
Hey,
but
look,
I was gonna hit the final thoughts because I was gonna close it out too because we rounding out. We almost at 3 hours, and I'm not staying up till 1 a.m. no more. Y'all done fuck my sleep up for the last time.
Dude, I've been working.
Do you have any parting words of wisdom for us?
Well, this is what I will sit here and say. The Bitcoin ETF has hit. For those that have gotten on board, go ahead, buckle up, keep on being latched in. For those of you who have not gotten on board yet or thinking about getting on board, it is still a great time. Go ahead, DCA every paycheck, even if it's $25 per paycheck. Allocate that to Bitcoin. Every time you get paid, every time you get a bonus check, every time you get a refund check, state check, whatever it is, anything that's extra over and above your normal salary, put it into Bitcoin. Oh, and I guess we got to say this phrase. This is not financial advice. This is just informational purposes. But anything extra, if you can cut back on anything to basically save money, put it into Bitcoin. There will be no better investment now for the next umpteen years than Bitcoin. Take this time, look out for your family, look out for your future generations, and be mindful and stay blessed.
That I appreciate you coming through. This was actually fun. Anytime you want to come hang out, man, we're normally here on Thursday evenings unless something extraneous is going on in my life. Normally.
All right, guys. All right, no problem, man.
Peace.
Thanks,
Nice
Ray.
Okay. Bumpkin.
Final thoughts.
What you got for us, man? You're the smart one. You got to say something insightful. No pressure.
True. I'm on at where I work. I'm on a night shift schedule right now, so I'm gonna be up until 7 a.m. and going to sleep to stay on my schedule. I mean, there's not much. I can't dox myself.
Yeah,
sadly.
he can't dox himself. I'll tell you offline, Jamal.
Hey, read the name, okay?
Himself.
Read the name, buddy. Nah.
Right. Oh.
Maybe backstage after the show's done. I'll stay up and I'll tell you what I do. But insightful, I mean, sure. Either our economy's going to go into the sewer, or we're going to spark off another war and be able to slightly glide by for the next 10 to 20 years. So considering that we are bombing Yemen right now, I would assume, so the US, the UK, Canada, and Australia.
Canada has they don't have an army. How do they have bombs?
Canada has an army and a navy.
What?
And nukes.
Bro, if Canada ever rolled up, that'd be the most. Their bombs probably say "A" on the way down.
Okay, hold on. I know this is final thoughts, but Ray, you do realize that out of all of the war crimes committed by Europeans, Canada has the most.
What?
We had to create rules for World War I to stop Canadians from committing war crimes.
What?
Look it up.
They just rolling up there like Frosty.
Canadians have a fucking switch, and that switch is terrifying.
No shit.
They did such. Nice. It's because they're so nice. They did such horrendous war crimes to Germany during World War I. Germany actually had to tell the other allies that we need to start, like, that they literally formed the Geneva Convention. They were literally like, okay.
Germany was like, hey, bro, get your mans. What's he doing?
Yes. Like, yeah, wow. It was, yeah. Canada has a.
I'm gonna stop making fun of him. I'm not playing with that.
once that switch is flipped, Canada goes into, like, I guess, like a little Germany, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, they just start stacking bodies.
Wow.
The cold does something to people, man. I'm telling you, the cold does something to people.
Actually, you're not wrong, because like I was starting to get weird towards the end of the day today. Nah, I believe it.
Yeah. Now imagine that cold generationally every winter.
Right. Oh, geez. It's in their blood.
Like, it's -7 right now, and I know for a fact there's some drunk asshole getting a DUI right now going home. And Ray, you know why that's funny. Ray, you know why that's funny. Yep. But anyways.
Yep. Some asshole. Oh my goodness.
But anyways, final thoughts is I support definitely support crypto. I support also gold backs. Any sort of alternative currency. Also, you can grow silver. FYI.
Oh, you showed me that video. That's wild.
So once I get a garage, I'm gonna start doing that. But always look for alternatives to make money. Always look for alternatives to the current system, because the current system is horrendous and satanic. That's my 2 cents.
Bro, I like it. That's solid. Okay, Jamal, what you got for me, bro?
Boy, y'all went super deep. Just keep exploring, just keep it with take everything with a grain of salt, and never stop looking for shit. Like, and keep trying different things. I normally wouldn't even get up on here on these stages, but I'm glad I did, and I encourage other people to kind of expose themselves to those types of things. Because Bumpin', I've been checking you out. I learned from you today. I learned from every situation and every experience that you have. I was blessed to be able to. I learned from OMAC. I've learned from you, and I learned something from you today, Bumpkin. And so, just keep learning. The day you stop learning is the day you die. So, keep learning and actually apply it. So if you ain't applying, it doesn't really fucking matter anyway.
Ooh, exactly.
You gotta fucking apply it. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Okay. I'm almost done with this big ass book I told you about, right? This shit.
Yo.
Bitcoin, Christianity, and history. This shit is crazy.
What?
But, yeah.
That is a wild.
That is a wild book. Also, it's thought and action. If you just think all the time and you don't put it into action, it's pointless. If you have action but no thought behind it, it's pointless.
Oh, I like that.
Right. See?
Dang, I like that a lot. See, now I'm going to have to start thinking and acting when I'm working on my portfolio now. Shit.
It's
See, now you got challenge me to do something.
No, it's still free. It's still legal to do it, right? We can still think.
Sometimes. I engage in wrong things at least once a day, though.
You better do it while you still can.
Right. Okay, so I got, for my final thoughts, it's going to be a two-parter. I got a small video that I'm going to have you guys watch, and then I'm going to give my final thoughts.
All right.
Philip is in D.C. Hey, Philip, welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave. Thanks so much for taking my call. It's really an honor.
Sure. How can I help?
So basically, 2 years ago, my mom convinced me to loan her half of all my savings, so $7,000, and spend it on Bitcoin. Now, 2 years later, we haven't made any money on that investment. Now,
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Did you give it to her to invest in Bitcoin, or we decided we were going to invest it in Bitcoin?
Well, I loaned it to her.
Okay.
To invest.
And so she took the risk, and she borrowed the money from her son to take the risk. Okay.
Yeah. So now I'm in college, and I need the money for tuition, and so I want her to give the money back to me. And she's now refusing, and she's saying Bitcoin's going to make us into millionaires in the long term, and it would be a totally foolish thing. And she's basically just stamping down and saying she's not going to give me back the money because Bitcoin's going to turn us into millionaires. And I pretty much, this money is pretty important for me just so I can get through college debt free. And I mean, do you think that she's right in keeping this money in Bitcoin? Do you think? I'm 20.
Okay.
I'm a sophomore.
No, she's wrong, and she's wrong, and she's wrong, and she's wrong. Number one, you don't borrow money from your, at the time, 17 or 18-year-old son. If you're that big a loser, you don't need to be investing. Number two, when you do borrow money from your own child and they ask to pay it back because they're in college, you give them the money back. You don't be a loser. Number three, you pick the worst possible thing to invest in. You're going to lose your butt. You're not going to be a millionaire in Bitcoin. You're going to be $7,000 poorer. So mom's wrong like 3 times. 3 strikes, you're out. Tell her you want your money back and you want it back now. This is wrong. What kind of person borrows money from their kid to be in a shady investment? I mean, do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm not sure.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I get what you're.
I'm calling your mother names. I'm sorry, but
it's okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just mad for you. You're 20 years old. You should be living your life. You shouldn't be worrying about these kinds of things. You should be working about your studies and finishing your degree. You shouldn't have to be worried about your own mother having taken money to go off on some lark. Because no, I mean, Bitcoin someday may turn into something. Today, you would have a better chance of becoming a millionaire at the roulette table in Vegas.
Do you have any suggestions for other things to invest in, or do you think
no?
I should just
you know what I would invest in? I would invest in Philip finishing his degree. I think you're a better investment than anything else I know of out there. I invest in real estate mutual funds, but I think you're a better investment because I think your degree will, if you're studying something reasonable and that's marketable, what are you studying?
So I'm doing economics and a minor in computer science.
Ta-da. These are very marketable, usable skills in the marketplace, particularly in Washington, D.C. So, yeah, you're going to do fine with that. In other words, the amount of money you're going to make as a result of finishing this degree is a lot more than you would make on an investment. Do you see what I'm saying? You're a good investment.
Yeah.
And this is the best way to spend money on you when you're 20 and you're studying something like this. It's good in school and you pay cash for it and you stay out of debt and you do all those wonderful things. I don't know how to be... how to suggest, since your mother's being belligerent, that you just say, Mom, I talked to a financial coach and he completely disagrees. And I know you and I don't agree with about this, but it is my money and I'm trying to finish school and I really need you to cash that out and give me my money back today. Well, I don't think you're right. I don't care if you think I'm right. But I mean, her belligerence on this and her desperation to become a millionaire with a $7,000 investment. I mean, come on. Really? This is
does seem a bit unrealistic.
Yeah, it is a bit unreal. Yeah, that's a nice way of saying it. Yeah. So as you complete your field of study in economics, you'll see the flaws in the Bitcoin thing. Bitcoin is it has a lot of wonderful attributes to it, and someday it may become a stabilized currency. But today, currency is based 100% on one thing: trust. I have a bunch of military coins that guys that have served in the military and gals that have served in the military, when they shake your hand, they give you a coin. It's a sign of honor, and I love those. I've got hundreds of them in my office. And right beside them, I have a dollar bill or an $18 bill or whatever it is with a picture of Saddam Hussein on it. You know what that dollar bill is worth? Zero. Because Saddam Hussein is dead. And he's not a dead president. It's a dead country that went away and had to be completely reformed. There's no trust in that currency. So I can't trade that for anything. But you take a green piece of paper with a dead president on it from the United States, I can trade that for stuff. Why? Because of trust. Bitcoin doesn't have that trust yet, because all it's got right now is a get-rich-quick smell all over it. And people are avoiding it that are smart.
I just pulled up in January of 2020, a Bitcoin was about $7,000.
Oh God! Oh my God!
7,400 to be exact. Mom's was looking out,
bro.
It went up 486% since then,
bro. So my final thoughts, people. We're gonna close out on this. Like I said, the last decade. And when I saw this when he originally tweeted it back in 2020, and I commented, I was like, this isn't going to age well. And here we are in 2024.
Bro, can you screenshot that tweet and send it to me?
And that I'm going to have to go back. I bet he had to have taken it off of his Twitter. Nobody wants to hold that L. Like, yeah. Like, literally when he was talking about, I was like, this is the worst financial advice that's ever been given. The part that I agree with him about is the taking of your child's money.
I was going to say the first part.
I do understand that sentiment, but everything else he said was mathematically, logically, and in the reality of things, 100% wrong.
Yep.
100%. It's the worst financial advice that's ever been given. It was $7,000. You can pay that back. I'm floating $5,000 in debt right now. I can pay that back. I'd rather have my money in the market. These old dinosaurs, man.
Yeah.
It's a change
of the guard happening.
The whole model that he prescribes, A, they're selling you something. B, his model is the most boomer of models. It's based on a reality where money is actually not inflating at a pace that is noticeable.
Yeah.
And C, it doesn't work right now, mathematically. Like, I want to see somebody who's saving up cash for a house right now, because either the house size is shrinking or you're not getting the house you wanted. These are the only two options that you have, because the prices are going up regularly. If you're not using debt, then you're not buying a house. Like, it's just the reality of things. And those of you who are going to rent indefinitely and have your rent continually get jacked up, like, you either have to have a plan or enough money to buy a house and are electing to rent, or you're not saving up to buy a house at this point because the rent keeps going up. Like, the game that we're playing, you don't get a do-over in. And also, if you play scared, you just lose at this point. Like, that's the way that this is set up. Like, if you're playing scared, you're just setting up to lose. Like, it's important to do your research, find a vehicle, find a lane. The reason, me personally, I got into cryptocurrency is because there are no middlemen and I'm allowed to compete. I like competing. I like in a financial market, I like semi-fair combat, you know? Like, if we're just like taking people out, I don't want you to even see me. I need to get my hands on you quick. But in financial combat, if we're going to be on the financial battlefield, I want semi-fair combat, which means that I don't want somebody in between me and telling me what I can and can't do with my money and only allowing me to do the worst things for me. I don't like a system where we have these gurus that are pushed to the forefront as though they are knowledgeable, making sure that you stay in line, which is most of what people are telling you. They want you to stay in line. They don't want you to have access or take the actual shots because they don't want you sitting next to them. They don't want you living next to them. You need to find yourself a circle of people that are doing way better than you, that live a totally different lifestyle, that want you next to them. Like, I had one of my mentors that I hit up that literally, and he did it from a place of caring about me, but he was on my neck when I first got into crypto, and he was like, "You're going to lose all your money. You need to get out of that. Like, there's better investments. You're going to lose all your money." And he didn't get it. And then once I was right, he was like, "You were right. How does this work?" And I orange pilled him, got him into the markets. He doing good now. And I hit him up after the SEC approval, and I was like, "Hey, bro, we're going to be neighbors." And he was like, "I'd love that." He was like, "You just need to figure out if we're going in the mountains or the beach." Like,
why did I literally have a friend say that to me the other day? He said mountains or the beach.
Bro.
That's crazy.
Bro. Because people, you gotta make it something. But it's important that when you see an opportunity and you do your research, like everybody else here has said, act. The acting is the important part. And I understand for everybody who's doing the rewatch that this is going to be, like a bunch of people consume content, but like when I consume content, I take notes. Like, if I hear a gem, I'll rewind that back and I'll be like, cool, like I need to look this up. Like, I need to further go down this rabbit hole, or this is an actionable thing that I can apply to the strategy that I have moving forward. And you try stuff out. I'm not saying that everything that I suggest is perfect. I just let people know what I'm doing. But when you have people who drop gems and you get to hear these conversations where like people are just like, we're all over the place on Guns and Butter. But on the crypto episodes, we do drop some gems. Like the entire opening with Razik, where we were breaking down the ETF, there were some gems dropped in there. I would take some notes. I would go back and look into that. There's some important things that are going on in our life and times right now, and it's important to position yourself into a space to where you have the ability to have options. I'm not trying to get rich as fuck just for the fuck of it. I'm trying to get rich as fuck so that I have options and I can navigate as I see fit, and I can continue to speak the truth without having to worry about somebody trying to take my income, because that's the popular thing to do when you don't like what somebody says nowadays. It's important to be self-sustaining, because then you have the option to do the jobs that you want. But the most important thing is you put yourself in a position to where you don't need a job. That's not to say that I'm trying to get rich to go sit on a beach. I love working. I love being active. But I also love the ability to say whatever the fuck I want. So that's actually more important than having the job. And the first thing that they will do to try to shut you up is take your money. The reason I'm in crypto, they can't take it. Unless they're going to send them boys. And then I still have the option. I can just be up out. Like, that's an option too. So it's important to see what's going on, assess the situation, but the most important step is the last step, which is act. We've laid out what's going on. It's up to you to do your own research and assess the situation. And then after you do that, act. I'm going to drop everybody down. Let me get big screen up in here. Big screen. Boom. Okay. So let me give a shout out to everybody who, what? Stop talking. Shut your mouth. Boom. God dang it. Let me give a shout out to everybody who rolled through. First and foremost, we're going to give a shout out to Bumpkin rolling through. Saint Elsewhere for rolling through. Cody is King stopped through and said what's up. Shout outs to Razik, House TV, OX Hermes. Shout out one of my fellow bag chasers. OMAC came through and dropped some knowledge. Tez Defy the channel came through and dropped some knowledge. The Wife School podcast rolled through. Deidre from Circa 84 rolled through. Bohemian Regal rolled through. Wheel Crypto, Reese from Philly, Grooming and Reviews, And then hold up, I got a special shout out to a couple of my people from over on Rumble. Duke of Earl was in the building. Les Grossman Original was in the building, said he liked the conversation. I'm happy you guys liked it. Definitely tap in for the next show. Until next time, folks, it's your boy Reckless Ray De Niro, and I am up and out of here. Peace.